Yeah, so he's just going to try and confuse him, I'm guessing. This is the King's Gambit, right? Or this is a delayed King's Gambit. Do you think he's going to play e4 next? Okay, he trades off.
Yeah, it's a bet. I mean, it has nothing to do even with the Kings. I don't even know what's the opening price for it. Just to mess around.
But who plays bird? Like, you get my point. I'm not expecting a bird at this point in time in this tournament, you know? Yeah, thank you, Esegyu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've opened the screen now. Yeah. Who plays a bird? I mean, I wouldn't make that mistake in my whole life. And I'm So d6.
Yeah.
I think he's also trying to. I mean, white tries to gambit and everything. Black is just counter gambiting to gain more development in the center, in my opinion. I'm not really familiar with the
Yeah.
bird. If you are, if you are familiar with the bird, you can also.
No one, no one is. That's the best point. No one knows it's okay. Why?
uh,
No one knows.
so what would you recommend? Would you recommend just capturing the pawn as white? Sometimes I feel like these overextensions are bad. You know, like the Benko gambit. The more you keep capturing, in as much as you are up like a pawn, you open up the queen side files for like a dangerous attack against you. So I don't know. Normally, when my opponent tries to sacrifice more than once, I avoid overtaking. I'll definitely take once, but I wouldn't take the second time. I follow that like a rule. Take the first time, never take the second time. You know, like even with is it England or Eggland gambit? You know, when you're trying to play a landing system, d4, then your opponent plays, yeah, you play d4, your opponent plays e4, e5. Sometimes when they sacrifice twice, I just take once. I have it as a rule. You just take once.
Yeah, I'll probably go knight f3 here, but I mean, I don't see the. If you're going to play knight f3, might as well play the proper thing from the start because you probably want to go e4 and bishop out somewhere in Satoshi. I don't know
Oh,
why. Yeah,
I
if you're
see.
going to play f4, you might as well take. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't
like
know. So,
basically like knight here, if he takes, then you go e4.
I mean, if you take the pawn, you take the pawn back. But the point is to discourage them taking your pawn.
Yeah, okay. Okay, whilst we are waiting for this game to actually have some action, let's look at. I'm jumping straight to Clinton's game. He's playing against Fee. I don't know if you have any experience with Fee. Do you have any experience with Fee?
I've never played him before, but we played their team at the Olympiad, so I was on board too, and he was on board one, so he played before, and he destroyed. So it was such a funny game. This and I were laughing at us. Basically just manhandled. We always laugh about Fee and how he destroys his opponent.
Yeah,
So yeah, this will probably not be a pretty game to watch.
yeah. He. I mean, he's one of the guys who gave Bassem a very tough time in the Africa games. Let's see how this game. We had knight f3,
Yeah.
d5, e3, knight f6, c4. Wow. C6. I don't know, I always feel like this is played as by black as the Sicilian. This type of ideas. C6. And now we're having sort of like a caro. These transpositional lines are very interesting. It's amazing how you try to confuse your opponent with different moves just to land at a very commonly known position. It's one of the things that fascinates me about chess. You might feel like every opening should go one way, but then you realize there are different ways to get back to that exact same position. Very fascinating.
Yeah,
But here we
kind
have,
of a slap.
yeah, kind of a Slav. Okay. H3. Normally here I'll keep the pin. I don't know if you want to like slide this way. That's, I mean, yes. So bishop e2. Okay, he trades. Okay. d5 at some point.
Yeah.
d4 at some point. Clinton is playing as black in case you know. We are looking at it from Fee's
Yeah,
perspective.
just goes
Mhm.
to solid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice
And
thing
take
by,
it
yeah, strengthening his light square since he lost his light square bishop. So his pawns are on light squares now. So he has a good. We have a classic, a classic position here. This. Give me a second. Let me mute this tab. What did you say?
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of this kind of chess. It's solid and lower, but when you give up the bishop pair so early, you don't really give yourself much in terms of play. You're just going to be defending. You're going to play d4, bishop d3, castle to d1, and you open a position after d4. And I was like, I don't really know what you're supposed to do because you just set up this component and your plan is just to sit and wait and be a
Oh,
very active player.
very active. But it looks competitive to me. But here you are telling us that this is like you're not even aiming for much. Could it be like he just wants to play for a draw to start off the
Yeah,
day?
he's playing. So I mean, Clinton's openings are very, very solid. Yeah, so he's trying to hold. We'll see how it goes.
I see. Well, I'm learning from you. Okay, we have knight here. Maybe preventing. No, I think he's just developing aiming to castle.
Yeah, he wants to play e5.
E5.
He wants to prepare e5. Yeah, this is the
But
break that black wants to play.
wait, doesn't E5? I mean, you don't have much defenders for the D5 pawn. So how would you? Because you have one,
Yeah, so
two, three.
imagine something like e5, c takes d, e4.
Yeah. C takes takes. Yeah, and if knight takes, you are left with this like pawn. The pawn will be on that square, but it feels weaker without the support of the D5 pawn. That's how I'm looking at this position.
Yeah, but there's an intermezzo e4. So after e5 pawn takes e4, takes the queen before you take back on d5. It might be some knight takes.
Oh, okay.
Pawn takes knight takes. It's
So the
interesting. Probably doesn't work immediately, but you probably have to go bishop d6 first. But it's an idea.
oh, so it's possible the pawn is just going to try and like gain space on that side of the board, like make it harder for black to develop. Give me a second. Let me push you here. It seems I have to keep my Discord open to have you on screen. Okay. Don't worry. So now I have you on screen. So now everyone, in case you're wondering who was speaking, that is candidate master Edu Poku. He has beaten me a multiple number of times, and sadly he's retiring soon, so I won't get my games. I won't get my licks in, unfortunately.
I mean, beating retired players is the best. Yeah,
well, then I can just make the excuse of if I ever got a chance to beat you, you can just make the excuse of you are retired, I guess. Okay.
I mean, I retired long
But you still have the Olympia to play before you can officially leave. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on to another game in the meantime. And again, chat, if you have any other games you're interested in us looking at, just let us know. We'll try to cover as many of the games as we can. I mean, this is 90 plus 30, so I mean, we have enough time. We have enough time. Let's see Bomo. I saw Bomo Kikiga Bomo versus Kositeri Egbe. I'm pronouncing the names as well as I can. Yeah, we have another knight f3. Yeah, and there was this interesting thing I noticed during the Africa games. I was shocked the number of Catalans that were played. What I thought was that the Catalan was so high level, you wouldn't see it except like you're playing at the top, like the top 10%, top 1% of chess. But it was the most common opening I saw, and I mean, I was very impressed. Not impressed, I was shocked more. But I didn't think, I've not seen much like Catalans in my lifetime. Of course, I mean, I start with D4, so I played at London, so I wouldn't see much.
Yeah, it's a pretty good opening from personally. Even at our levels, it's super strong and it's super solid despite. So makes you difficult to beat, even if you don't really know like how to play it all.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's very common at almost all levels. But I think it's even more common at it's also very common at the top level. It's a very common level. I think it's more common nowadays than earlier,
Do you
maybe like
think?
10 years ago or something.
Do you think? I think we always point to Magnus, but do you think Magnus was the cause of this like rise? Because it seemed it became some sort of secret weapon of his at some point in time. He used to use it against the very top players and would always win or get like very dangerous positions.
He started playing the Catalan not exactly when, like 2021 there. But it's not been too long. I think it gained in popularity a bit before Magnus started playing,
Oh, okay.
if I remember right.
Okay, so rook to b1 just gives us hints of a queenside assault. And recently I've been learning the Carlsbad. So this rook b1 move is something I play quite often these days. The Carlsbad pawn structure with the whole idea of a minority attack on the queen side. So an interesting
Yeah.
thing to note is that
Only plan that intermediate players know.
that's what is this that's what the great players play.
So I said the only middle game plan that intermediate players know.
Oh, so there are other plans. Okay, I don't really know much of that. I know there's this idea with f4, f3, sorry, but I mean I'm not someone who likes to play such f3 scary moves. You know, I feel so scared to play such ideas. Uh, so rook b1, b4 is the idea we are looking at. No, this looks slightly different from what I'm used to concerning Catalans, because normally you have the pawn on d4, the opponent strikes with c5. Those are the kind of ideas I'm used to seeing, but it seems here we are going a different route.
Yeah. This isn't technically isn't a Catalan yet, unless he plays FIFA at some point.
Oh, okay.
It's still an English book.
It's still
In the English with one C4, you very often can take it because
oh, okay.
but usually if you want to stay in the structure, then you play D3 instead of D4. And I think that might be what he wants to do. But with Rook B1, he probably wants B4, B5 like you
Yeah.
mentioned. And so he wants to keep that pawn chain E2, D3, C4, B5.
But do you think making it so obvious what your plan is right now is a very bad idea?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what he wants to do after like A5, because Black probably goes A5 now.
Mm-hmm.
To stop B5. And then if you go A3, we can just go A3. Yeah, and still
Mm.
get this point. It's an okay, but the center is still to be clarified. So I don't. I wouldn't be a plan I would play. And he's younger than me, so
Oh, okay. Okay. But so far, I mean, with most of these games, nothing much is happening. So yeah, we are just going to be these are just basically the players feeling each other out. I mean, those who have prepped, they've prepped. Those who haven't prepped, they are praying to God right now. But yeah. Which other game? Which game is to your fancy? Edupuku. Is there anybody you are preparing to play against in the Olympiad and you want to see their games?
I'm not preparing anything. But you can cycle through the games of our people and the government players and see the.
Okay, we can do that. Frimpong Smarts playing black here. I mean, a secret weapon you can always play is the landing system, so you can take note of that. The landing is always a secret weapon you can play. Okay, e4. Smart is playing black. E4, c6. I'm beginning to think that Caro-Kann is the most common opening as black in Ghana. I don't know. It's because I feel like out there it's more of Sicilian and then e5, but most Ghanaians seem to play c6.
You do play a lot of it.
A lot of people in general. Okay, I don't play e4 a lot,
Yeah,
so I don't know the normal responses, but I think mostly when we are watching the games of other players, we see c5 more often and c5 e5 more often. But it seems this is oh my goodness. And everybody has been playing this exchange. Is there what is so wrong with the advance? I always thought advance was good for white.
No, they are fine.
No, they're all
They are
fine,
fine.
but I feel like advance advance really puts the pressure on your opponent, because if black doesn't really know the lines when it comes to the advance, you can, for example, the pawn sacrifice on e6, you can really get some very nice aggressive positions. So I feel like as white, you should just try keep going for
Uh,
this advanced variation. I feel like this is more team. The exchange is more team, and more, it leads more to this end game.
advanced, yeah, it's sharper, but I don't know who this Mualem Siaud is. Yeah, it's definitely. For if I were playing someone like Smart, I
Mm-hmm.
would probably also go for the exchange rather than the advance. Advance is sharper and so it lends more to prep.
Oh,
So
okay.
you suspect that your opponent probably knows like 20, 30 moves of play, and you know you're the stronger player. It's probably better to just play some simple middle game than to go into some stuff like
Yeah. Okay. I prefer to keep more pieces and more tension on the board than to simplify into an end game, for obvious reasons. But yeah. So
yeah. But I mean, the question is not so simple. It's not so easy to play for black. But he doesn't really have any issues. I think
yeah.
probably already equalized.
Mhm. And if
His
we,
play doesn't look good. I'm not sure what White wants to do. He probably just wants to play some long game and outplay you eventually. Because I mean, as at this position of move 10, black seems to be best fine. Probably being slightly better.
yeah. And again, I was talking about the Carlsbad, and if you reverse it, this is like sort of like a reverse Carlsbad. So already by just transferring knowledge, ideas like b5, a5, a4, b4 ideas are things that Smart could go for in this sort of position. But let's jump to the current position with h3 here. And I think normally in these types of structures, you aim to push e5, right? E5, e4. Or do you think the isolated pawn is a big problem to create?
Yeah, as black, I wouldn't want to play e5 so quickly. And your play probably lies more on the queen side. So a6 b5 or rook d8 b5, like you mentioned, is probably
Yeah.
easier to play. But you also want to defend against white because white will be coming for your king side and you
Mm-hmm.
will be attacking more on the queen side.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can sort of neutralize white attack on the king side, then you have a free hand on the king side.
Okay.
But I don't really see black doesn't have any issues. But playing e5 is probably not a good idea, I think.
Okay. So
So
in
let's
this, okay, okay. But this game seems to be a game that's really developing faster than the other games. Um, Engine gives us a slight edge for black here. Engine gives a slight edge for black, but of course it's too early to know. Maybe he doesn't like, maybe he didn't like this whole knight to e5 move, e3 sorry move. The intentions of this move are not so clear to me. But let's just get all the openings out of the way. This is I'm loading Amako's game. This is what? This is move 10. This is Amako Philip Selikem's game. He's playing against Abdul Ramin.
you're having some
This is move 10. And it's so clear what black is trying to do. This is crazy. Both players say they are not gonna castle no matter what. This is going to be a game we'll enjoy. This is going to be a game we'll enjoy. But if I were white, I'll feel utterly disrespected, you know? This is how you start playing against me. Like, I'd feel utterly disrespected. I think it's a Dragon Sicilian, right? G6 is a Dragon Sicilian. It started as E4,
yeah, I think
C5, yeah.
yeah, it's a close Sicilian, so it's not technically the dragon, but it's the dragon setup.
Oh, okay.
The accelerated dragon.
It's a good thing you're on board, because if you weren't here, I'd be deceiving people with my false opening knowledge. Oh. Wow, I think it's so
No, this
like,
is very aggressive.
yeah,
I don't know. It would make you just very uncomfortable to play. Quite
yeah. And it feels like this attack just flows, like it just creates itself.
yeah, and I was trying to see why it's already worse for white because it's weird, but it already looks like white is in a bit of trouble. I don't even see what he's done. But he's gone for like the normal setup that you do when you play the close Sicilian. But maybe Maybe his opponent tricked him a lot. But this is it's strange now move 10 white is west. And
Yeah.
it's visually just west. You don't even need an agent to tell you white is west. And I've not seen anything white has done wrong.
Hmm.
Okay.
I mean, and that bishop is just crazy. That bishop just ends off life. That bishop just ends everything. So how do we? I don't know. Do we continue with b3? No, I think a3, right? A3 looks like the straightforward plan here.
Yeah, you have to stop black from playing a3 himself.
Yeah.
So which is why you have to play a2. But even a3 after like pawn takes, I'm not even sure how you hold on. Like rook takes. It's d2 not just hanging. I don't
Yeah, I mean, but he plays 92 here. 92
nice d2.
might be trying to play d4 and kind of lock out the bishop from the position. I might be dreaming it. Yeah, I'm just creating. Of course, this is not what's going to happen, but let's just like something. I'm looking at what's it called? E4 here. Takes to kind of get the bishop on this line and block it off. Oh, but I think I'm missing something like e5. Yeah, e5, and you have to question yourself on these decisions. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so e5 may not be if e5 is what he's planning, e5 may not be the best idea to go for.
This is tough. I don't know. This is very aggressive.
I mean, or you just planning to castle?
Like
Or I mean, or you just planning to castle kingside, which is I also think is also going to be bad, right?
Yeah, I don't. It's already west. Like I don't. It's a weird.
This looks like my game. I think in round 3 or round 4 of the nationals. I around like move 15 or something. I'd already started pushing my pawns towards my opponent's king side. I don't think you recall that game, do you? Okay, give me a second. Okay. Are you still with us? Idububu?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Another game. Let's just pick a random game from somebody who's not in Ghana for now. Oh my God, help me. Wilfried versus Ortega. Wilfried versus Ortega. Okay, round move 7. Let's see if there's an opening I can talk about. This is a Sicilian. Again, I can't talk about the Sicilian so much. Bishop to d3. But Sam played this opening. I recall when he made this move in the broadcasting, everybody was like, who does this? And I'm like, I mean, it's obvious. Pawn push and the bishop comes back. Whenever I see the bishops like this, I always remember Kasparov, Karpov. That game where he sacrificed his queen, I think, on h6 or h5, one of them. So that's always how I see this opening. We have d4. d4 is a really provocative move. Castles kingside.
It's a couple of times from the white side.
Yeah, but
needed to play d4.
Yeah. I mean, rather than allow your opponent, I get you. Rather than allowing your opponent to himself play d4, you prevent that whole idea from happening. I think I get that.
Yeah. And now black is going to attack the e5 pawn with knight c6, king c7. White will go with e1, king e2 to hold the pawn down. Black will probably try some inside assault on the pawn.
These are the games that start out looking exciting, and by the time you realize it ends up being a draw in 10 seconds.
This will not be a draw.
Okay. Chess played perfectly is a draw. I don't think this will be played perfectly. Yeah, okay, so a6, we have a6. So a6 is going to be followed by b5, and another pawn storming game is, I think, what's going to happen here.
Yep.
So what does I think? Okay, so maybe you have to maybe normally I feel like to stop these moves you want to play like a4, but a4 may just allow your opponent to get. I mean, I don't think a4 really stops it so much. Maybe a4 you go subtle with this, develop your bishop, and then go a5. I don't know. I don't think that's the way to go. It feels slow.
Mind throwing in a4 at some point.
Uh,
I think it's more important to do something in the center.
or maybe you're just going to follow up with your idea, queen c7, knight c6, and put pressure on this pawn. I'm guessing.
Has a few.
Okay. Who else haven't we looked at?
Some interesting lines where black can go like bishop e7 and go g5, g4, and rook g8 takes by the cross.
Are you kidding? Who would do this? No one would do this.
I really don't have some fun.
That would be fun. That would be fun. But again, I feel like, for example, this pawn on e5 would make playing such a plan very dangerous, especially if your opponent gets a counterattack in the center.
Yeah, it's not too easy. It's
Yeah.
I mean, you only do this with caution if you really want to.
Well, with the rating difference, a rating difference of about 400, 500 points, I think you would try this, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you wouldn't mind
Yeah.
taking something.
Setre Kwame Frimpong versus Kayonde Andrew. C4 English. We still we still haven't seen a landing. C4 knight f6 g3 c6 bishop g2 d5.
These are professional chess players.
Yeah, right. I'm just waiting for the first person to play the landing and we can end this whole debate. You know, just sometimes I just have to pray that I don't become a professional chess player, because you get tired of seeing the landing. You would get tired of seeing the landing. You know the way they quote most of these grandmasters with what they say. Bobby Fischer, I say I love him when I break a man's ego. Knight on f8 can't be mate. Those funny sayings that we say. Very soon you hear mine. The landing is impossible to break. You know, I'll have my sayings. Let's see what happened here. We have c4 knight f6 g3 c6 bishop g4 g2 d5 knight f3. Yeah, again, like I said, these Catalan type structures. So common. Like I've never seen Catalan being played this often. I've never seen a Catalan being played this often, or Catalan style games played this often. But now it's becoming quite common in my eyes. Knight bd7. Oh, black is actually playing a bad landing. You can call this a quali if you want. He can't make it a Zucatot, but that's fine. b3, castle's kingside, bishop b2, rook to e8. Rook to e8 always signals the idea of e4, e5, at least with my understanding of some of these positions. Knight c3, takes. This is actually very. Whenever I see this pawn structure, which is reminiscent of a Scandinavian, and I see these two pawns, I always feel like white has a very nice position, right? Because in the Scandi, this will allow me to play it. In the Scandi, one of the things you don't want to see sometimes is after queen takes, queen takes, pawn push, your opponent, you could play, let's say, I think c6. Let me just, and then this move. This whole idea is not something that's comfortable for some like a lot of Scandi players. So whenever I see this whole idea against that kind of pawn structure, I always feel like white's in a good position. There have been some moves, sorry. Okay, so after takes, we had the immediate striking at the center with e5. What the idea I'm actually quite common, like I really do know more about, is this what's it called? Is this idea of c5. C5 is the most common idea I know in these structures. But then we have e5. d5, knight b6, targeting the pawn structure here. Pushing is not an option. We can't do something like that. So you might have to play a defensive move for this, or just go for captures. Okay, so he goes for queen b3. You could have also gone for the trade so that you don't really suffer. But this is also fine. This is also fine. Except like black has now more control over the position than white.
Yeah, essentially just a free move, so you can probably push e4 or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move to the female section. I'm sure people are wondering what's going on there. Quickly, we are going to move to the female section. I don't really know much of them. The ones I do know, I will look. When I keep saying no like I know them. I've just seen them. Let's see what Banini is doing. Instead of calling her Getri, I like calling her Banini. The Banini sounds nice in my ears. So, I'm sorry. E4, C6. Yeah. I think recently she's been learning from Clinton. So, currently she plays a lot of what Clinton plays. She used to play the London, but then she moved to the Queen's Gambit decline. So, everybody's been saying that now she wants to become serious with chess, so she has let go of her childish openings. Oh, it's sad. It's sad how the London system has been dissed many times, guys. In case you don't understand the London banter, I primarily play the London as my main opening for white, and everybody seems to hate the London, so they find ways and means of mocking my London in any way possible. And here we have a former London believer now switching to the Queen's Gambit decline, so it hurts my feelings. Okay, so d4. And then we have d5, knight d2. Okay, this is it is a line. Knight d7, knight f3, knight g to f6, knight takes f6, bishop d3, bishop g4, c3. Isn't this that line in the Caro-Kann where you go a? There's this line in the Caro-Kann where you keep pushing the pawn forward. I can't remember which line it is. Is it the classical Caro? You keep pushing the pawn and chasing the bishop. I don't remember which one. I think it's the classical. It's not commonly played these days, but it's quite common. It was quite common in the past.
Which one? The h3 pawn?
Yeah, the h3 pawn. Yeah, the h pawn. You keep pushing it. Yeah, it's a line. I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, it means
Okay. So castle's kingside, bishop e7, bishop to f4, castle's kingside, a4, knight to d5. Attacking this. This knight is always good knights on this square. Again, I'm looking at this with Scandinavian eyes more or less than, because I mean the pawn structure is simply like a Scandi. So bishop back, bishop to g3 with ideas of c4. Again, like I said, that idea seems to help white a lot. So those are the ideas that could happen here. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Recently I've been learning on pawn structures, and I think I'm trying to remember one of the ideas is to get your knight here to e5 or to c4, e5 or c5. I think I'm fully aware of that plan. I just can't remember what the middle game idea is. I can't remember fully what the middle game ideas are. Oh, what?
Yeah.
What pawn structure is this? I really can't remember what the name of this pawn structure is.
We call this the Carousel, yeah, because of black pawns on c6 and e6. So it's like it comes out to the Caro-Kann and Slav. And essentially black wants to play c5 or e5. And white wants to prevent black from doing that.
Yeah.
So you probably take the whole center at some point with c4 if you let you allow it. You go with e1 to stop e5. You find a way to stop c5. Usually black will eventually achieve one of the two breaks, but then
Yeah.
you try and get some counter afterwards.
Okay.
It seems she wants some queenside space. So I don't know if you'll continue with A5 because you already played A4. A5, A6 for playing system.
Oh, okay. I have to go back. I'm reading pawn structures by Mauricio Flores, but recent I read quite a number of the pawn structures, but I'm trying to focus more on the cows. But since I realized that I can get that in my landing system, so for example, like
Yeah, everyone seems to be in love with the cows, but listen, I don't know why.
it's quite
I was
common.
talking to I was talking to Gertrude before the the African games, and she was like, "Yeah, that's like the only thing to know." So every single game she says like. And I realized Clinton also does the exact same. I'm sure she learned
Yeah,
that from Clinton. Every
yeah,
single game he played in the African games,
yeah,
he said directly to the cows. I was like, why are you playing just one punch? There are like tons of constructors.
yeah. I noticed Clinton because Clinton, as we all know, he used to start with the English, but then he changed to this Carlsbad pawn structure, and I've been learning it. So he kept playing again, like you were saying, the same idea of rook b1, b4, a4, and it's very easy to get if you play the Queen's Gambit declined. I don't play the Queen's Gambit declined primarily, but you get this kind of transposition line in the London where you can get the Carlsbad, and I realized that okay, sometimes it's quite common. So I went to learn it, and it seems very nice. It's I don't know, it's very nice. The ideas are very straightforward. If you can win, it's cool. But I mean, there are so many of the ideas I need to learn. I haven't fully understood the structure, but for those of you who are watching and are interested in what I'm saying, I did release a video on YouTube. It's a rapid part of my rapid rating series. It's basically titled the Carlsbad, so you see it there. I won a game in the Carlsbad. My opponent did, of course, not play it very well, but yeah, that's nice. So it's I don't know why it's becoming popular, but the structure seems very simple to understand, and the ideas are seemingly plain and very simple. So maybe that's why. And that was some shameless plugging I did over there. I think it's allowed, isn't it? Or it's not allowed? It's allowed to. It's allowed.
It's just kind of it's encouraged.
Yeah. So let's look at the other streamer. I'm the main streamer. Okay, so this is Jesse's game and it's already picking up. Okay. We have another Scandi. Hey, sorry, Sicilian.
I saw her the day before the African game started.
Oh, you did?
Anyway, I couldn't talk to her. Yeah, she came into the playing hall to check it out, and we're around.
Okay, wait, which Africa games are you talking about? Because I didn't see you at the Africa games.
Yeah, this one I was there the day before the event started. I was there
Really?
with
I was there as well. I didn't
yeah.
meet you. Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was there. I was there. I came. You're talking about when the technical meeting started, right? That day before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was there. Um, I think I got the, I got
I
I
was
got
there
the
most of
ability.
that day.
Oh, okay. So you know them
Mm.
personally, in a sense.
I know who personally.
Like some of these players, the Jesse and then the rest, you know them personally. Like you've spoken to them, I mean.
No, I didn't speak to her, but I saw her. She came. She was with the South African team there together. So I came to look at the playing hall. So I just saw her like from a distance.
Oh, okay.
I haven't.
Ah, that's great. That's great. That's great. Okay. So should we look at her game from the beginning, or you want us to analyze from this point?
No, we can take a look at the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, she's playing blue.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4. This is a open Sicilian, right? e5. E5 is what
Yeah,
variation? E5 is still the open. Whoa, knight b5. I think what is common for me is
yeah.
knight to b3. Knight b3 I think is the most common. Knight b5. I don't know much of this. a6, knight to...
Mhm.
What is this? Is the point of this just to win the bishop?
It's the thing. Yeah, the thing they play nowadays is to. I mean, black always have issues on the dark squares, especially on D6.
Mm-hmm.
because now there's a huge hole there. The pawn can never push to b5, at least not anytime soon. So you're always going to have a weakness on b6.
Oh,
But
okay.
black also gets something in exchange.
Interesting. A6, preventing the bishop from setting itself there. Bishop to queen. I said bishop to queen. Bishop to e3. D6. Of course, this like you said is a weakness. This d5 square is a very nice outpost. I mean, if you can get your knight there, but I don't think it would be an easy task. This is a backward pawn. H3, bishop to e6, bishop to e2, castles kingside, castles kingside. B5. This is common, I think. Now I'm getting used to these ideas since I started learning the cards, but these ideas are becoming more understandable and common to me. So I'm beginning to understand and like these ideas. A3, knight to a5, idea here. B3, preventing any of these ideas. Rook a to c8 and then queen to d2. I don't know. I feel like black is really improving his pressure in this position. I don't know how you continue here though.
Black already is asking, queen c7, right? I'm not sure how white should respond to queen c7. Looks to me like it's just wins a pawn, maybe. It's complicated, but for queen c7, you have to go knight b5, like the only move. And bishop takes, pawn takes, then queen takes on c2. Then you've already dropped the pawn, so you have to take the knight on a5, queen takes a5, then queen takes e2, and then I mean there's some madness. I'm not sure what the evaluation is.
Okay. So you said you said knight up, right? Knight here, knight to e5, d5. That's the line we're calculating.
Yeah, this is black to play. So black goes queen c7. That's
okay. Queen c7, putting pressure here. Okay. Yeah, I always feel like I always feel like when. Yeah, I always feel like when these things happen, it's always uncomfortable for like playing these moves and with having this 90. I always feel like it's always bad for white. Whenever at least I get these types of structures, I don't like it because this is the only semi-open file or the only. Yeah, I feel like it's the only good file, and your opponent is the one who has control over it, so you wouldn't want it to be. I mean, okay, let's look for mod. And I'll jump to Bilal's game. I actually did not look for Bilal's game. I'm very sorry to Kaspatal. I remember he mentioned it and I forgot to look at it. So we'll look for Bilal's game. But for now, let me just look for Mod's game and then we can look for Bilal. Where is Mod's game? I don't see Mod's game being shown. Only 7 games are being shown.
Yeah, there are only 7 mods. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So let's
they have 20 of the DGT boards. I think they showed them 13 for the men and 7 for the women.
That's completely fine. At least the games are being like pushed out. If they weren't, that's a different issue all the way. So Bilal, nice. Okay. If Bilal played the London system, I would stay on him for eternity. But let's see. E4, E5. This is what I normally expect to see. Knight F3, Knight F6. Petrov. I don't understand the Petrov, but hey, D6, knight back, knight takes, knight C3, knight takes, D takes, bishop E7, bishop E3, knight C6, queen D2, bishop E3, castles. Ooh, opposite side castling. This game I would love to see. H3, knight E5. Do we trade off? Nope. I don't. Okay, well, rook takes F1. And then bishop f6 and then g4. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. I feel like this is really going to be I feel like this is going to be a very fun one.
Yeah. White already looks significantly better than black.
Give me a second. I have to check something right now. Okay. Not what I thought it was. Okay, I'm back. So how do we continue this? I feel like it feels like white attack is going to succeed, because normally um
Yeah.
yeah, normally when pawn storms are happening, you can see something happening on both sides. It's possible one side is attacking with pawns, the other one is attacking with pieces. But you can see when you break the board into half, there's more activity going on the other side with white. But when you look here, it's like nothing has started with black. So it feels like white is really going to has a very big head start in this attack, and black has to really figure out something, else he won't last in this position. Do you have any?
I'm getting the same. Yeah, I'm getting the same impression. White is a couple of moves ahead in there
Yeah.
because it's a race
Mm-hmm.
to, to get to the king. And he's already like at least 2 or 3 moves ahead of black.
True.
And the moves he has will also come with tempo because F4 will come with tempo,
Yeah.
G5 will come with tempo. So he's going to get to the king way faster than black.
So the Belial fans are happy. And unfortunately for me, the person he's playing against has my brother's name. So, yeah. And he goes back with knight d4, knight d7. This is even worse. This is even worse. I mean, this may not have been a good move, but I feel like you just strike with c5. You need a tempo move. I know this is... You may not want to do this move because you allow your opponent to bring the knight here. But at least this move starts something. A move like pawn push here, if your opponent takes, this is weakening, and you can do something with this. So I was hoping he was going to play c5, but this move knight d7 just makes, like, if he was 4 or 5 moves behind, now he's 6 or 7 moves behind. Like, this is just bad.
Yeah.
This is just bad. Was it really that necessary? Was he afraid of... okay, he was afraid of f4, but I mean, if he plays c5, your opponent has to react to it first. And if anything at all, you get to open up something. So, I mean, here, f4 takes... I think you can think about something here. You know, but anyways, I don't think f4 was that something you should have been so scared of. Again, my amateurish opinion.
I agree.
Mm.
97 is definitely not the way.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. So now your consideration is to play c5. I feel like white wants you to play c5, like rather than just move the knight immediately. I think white wants you to play c5. That's the funny part. That's what is funny for me for this. I feel like white wants you to play c5. So instead of just developing the knight, white is going to do other things so that when you play c5, then he develops with your threats, you know. But I mean, I don't know what else you can do here.
Yeah.
g5, yeah.
G5.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's so many options here. F4, G5, or even knight F5 is fine. So I go for G5.
yeah. Mhm. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Give me a second. I'm just trying to see if Maxwell has responded to any of my messages so far. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so g5. I just want to see what black's response is going to be here. Bishop takes d2. I don't know which one you should take with, because either ways you still get like backtracked. I don't know if you take queen. I don't know if you take bishop. I don't know if you take with the pawn. Like, if I'm thinking I don't want my opponent to get tempo, I would take with the pawn. If I'm thinking that. And the reason I'm saying, like, for example, if you take bishop takes c5, right? But I don't know. Is it that bad to take with this pawn? Is it that slow? Okay. I think it opens things up for your opponent, because even if you play like c5 pawn push here, now things are opening up. I'm guessing that's the issue. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I mean, you want a more active bishop, so you definitely take with the bishop before.
You
So
definitely
maybe no.
take.
The
Okay.
pawn c3 kind of helps keep your thing a bit safer.
Okay. Hmm. Which game was attacking? It was a game I think against Philip Selikem, right? I want to find that game and
Yeah.
see.
Let's check the log.
Yeah, I want to see what that game has gotten to. Okay. So where did we leave this game at? Yeah, A3 was finally played. So we got, yeah. So he played knight to E2, A3, and then D4. So we're right about D4. Agent didn't like D4, but we're right about D4, trying to block the connection of the bishop with this side. I mean, it still doesn't look good. I mean, can't I just go A takes B2 and then bring my queen in at some point? This move looks slow. Bishop here looks quite slow. Why bishop A6? I thought it was so straightforward to like just go like A takes B2, rook to B1, and then queen can come in here, putting pressure on this pawn. That idea felt very straightforward to me as compared to the idea he went for.
Yeah, but he's putting pressure on the d4 pawn indirectly.
With the move.
But he's threatening to take the knight. Yeah.
But I mean, can't we now simplify with takes? Can't White now do this and then say goodbye to all his problems?
If you take on c5, we don't have to take back. We definitely not take back. We can either take on b2 because I opened up the pickup, or take on some other.
And this game just becomes more and more crazy.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
I mean, that's what we need. We need fun. We need the fun games. This is the power of low rated chess.
This will not be fun to play.
Uh,
This will not be fun to play.
but you don't seem to be an aggressive player. I think from the games I've seen you win.
No, I mean, depends on the position. Some positions might call for it, but I'm not looking for a fight. If there is a fight to be had. But if there is a fight to be had, then sure.
Mm-hmm. That is fine by me. I'm interested in seeing. So will he does he go D takes? That's kind of like where my mind is at right now. Does he go D takes? D takes seemed very good to me because it would D takes seemed very good for me because it seemed like it would equalize. But after realizing the follow up,
E5.
yeah, like you mentioned. So now seeing that idea, I don't know if you should still go for it. I don't know if you should still go for it.
Yeah, he has played E5.
He played E5? Okay. Yeah. I briefly considered E5, but I didn't think it was a good idea.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's a good idea. It looks, but the position is so bad. It's close to just lost.
Yeah. Because I mean, yes, I would agree that like there's attacks going on, but black can always get safe very quickly. And in as much as white has moved all this way, in as much as white has done all this progression, again, I'm seeing this in my eyes, but if black gets to castle, I don't see what white is going to do. I don't see anything white is going to do. So black can always get to safety. Meanwhile, white is not the same story. That's how I see this position. And any attempts to open up here like this, I don't know. It feels awkward. It feels awkward. So we know we shouldn't open up this file, according to you, or according to the moves we've seen. This file may not be a good idea to open up. So how do we do this?
Knight takes d. Oh no, I think you have to play knight takes d4.
Knight takes d4.
It's so sharp. Yeah,
Knight
and
takes.
then
Or bishop
yeah, and
takes.
then knight takes, pawn takes. No, probably knight takes. Don't see the dark square. Then pawn takes and bishop takes, and
Then
then
no, that's I don't think that's uh I think you just open weaknesses up if you do that.
don't no, you don't do that. Then you don't really need to touch that tension because white isn't really threatening to take anymore.
Yeah.
So you can just complete the development somehow, like maybe knight six.
Or trying to like so basically like I'm saying castling and you are free.
Yeah, just complete the development. White will go bishop c6, so you don't get to castle, but I think you can go to next.
Okay.
White pieces are so disorganized.
Well, I mean if I mean with this line though it seems like okay, well the my problem here is I feel like white may not be in as much problem as it felt in the first half, but then white pieces are looking at the wrong side of the board.
Yeah,
It's okay. Well,
not lost by it. It's not
yeah.
lost.
So maybe this idea gives him a chance at surviving. Still I don't know. Just didn't tickle my fancy. Okay. What other game was nice? I don't remember which other game was nice. Wait. A game is already over? White
Game is
won?
over.
White won?
Got destroyed.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I recall this game. So we left this game after a6. A6, rook to e1. My keys, welcome. Hey, nice. Rook to e1, knight to c6, d3. Okay. Bishop to e7, bishop to f4, and white resigns, and black resigns.
It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast thing. Yeah, the game is definitely.
Yes, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Like in one of the games, Bassem pushed a queen in front of a pawn, and the pawn could have taken the queen for free. I see. Okay.
And I mean, if this game were to end prematurely, it wouldn't end with
Yeah.
with a fight.
Yeah. You know, at the blitz portion, at the blitz portion, you could see that people were so tired of playing. The draws just kept on coming in.
Mm.
It
Yeah, there was
was
a point where they were doing it.
I mean at some point people were just accepting draws. It was crazy. Okay. David Silva, Murara Maxens versus David Silva. What? Do you see the position in front of you?
Dark squares are
I hate this. I hate this. There are some positions I just don't understand why they exist in chess sometimes. You know those semi-tarash pawn strike? I just don't get why some things like that exist. But the knight should be well placed. White has the bishop pair, but black has very dangerous knights. These knights can really cause damage. During the Africa games, one of the most common things that the Bassem Amin kept doing was that he would thrust his knight in like d3 and just win from there. Bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5.
mm,
So what he did here is trade his
lost.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
let me.
okay.
This is actually yeah. This is very interactive. Let me. White has made some very serious positional mistakes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see a lot at the lower levels.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is the move f4. Very bad.
F4.
When you have this kind of content, Yeah, you never want to give squares away, especially to knights like this. Playing
Oh,
f4 where black can take and leave the e5 square open for his knights and his bishop is a strategic error.
and mistake number two, I'm guessing, is trading the bishop for the knight, because that's your
Yeah,
good bishop.
taking the dark square. So yeah, you have serious dark square weaknesses already because of
Mm-hmm.
the knights and the bishop
Yeah.
and the pawns on b6 and c5. So your dark square bishop is not an option to trade.
Mm-hmm.
Now black is already very significantly better. Like queen h4 is coming next one. F5 will come soon. You might just get later very soon. Very poor move.
Yeah. So this is the thing about these kinds of positions, which is very like I don't like about these types of positions, is you are clearly winning not materially but positionally. What that means is that if you make slight errors, then the game you just lose all this advantage. I hate it when the advantage is not, you know, clearly defined, as in like I'm a piece ahead,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But these kind of positional advantage. I don't know if you recall, there was this online tournament between Wesley So and I've forgotten who it was. And Wesley So had a +10 advantage, and he wasn't a piece up. And eventually he made one move and blundered all his advantage, and the game went into a draw. I don't like it when this is. I mean, this is clear. But the question is, how do you improve? So, what would you recommend here? How would you improve on this advantage if you were playing as black? How would you improve on this advantage? Is it an
Yeah,
advantage?
queen h4.
Queen e4, queen.
H4. It's the dark square, so you h4. You bring all your pieces to the dark
Oh,
square.
you attack the dark squares. Okay.
Yeah, queen h4, then f5, then you probably double rooks on the f file. So I mean, some mating, some yeah.
Okay. I can vibe with that. I can vibe with that. I learned color square theory or color square theory, but I still don't know how to apply it. So this is actually, I think, a perfect way of applying it, but I didn't really see it in that manner.
Yeah, this is really bad.
Okay. So do we stay on this game and see what? Okay, wait. He played knight to e2.
Knight to e.
Yeah.
Yes, in the position then maybe just queen h4. I would say.
Maybe getting a knight to f4, or maybe just protecting this
No,
square.
he wants to trade. I think he wants to trade.
He has to what? He
I
has to
think he just wants
trade.
to trade.
Okay.
He wants to trade. I don't think
The
he's
this
definitely.
knight. Oh yeah, because again, if you trade off, the bishop now has another good square to target.
He's already given up all the dark squares. It's really bad. Like queen h4, queen g5, f5. A combination of these moves will probably collapse participation.
Yeah.
It's very
Funny enough, Angel says best move is, since you've played this whole idea, you have to take.
yeah. Once you play 92, you kind of have to play. But like you are worse no matter what.
Yeah.
It's a very sad kind of thing.
That's interesting.
Oh,
Wait,
okay. So I'm getting word that it was actually a loss. The previous position that we're looking
this
at.
position,
So no, the game that has ended.
it actually has ended.
Yes. So the Cape Verdean player Ortega his phone rang
Oh, ho, ho,
and the
ho.
phone
On
was
him.
in his bag, but it's still no, it was in his bag. It wasn't on him, but it's still against the rules. If your phone is ringing, it's supposed to be on silent or off.
Oh
If your phone
damn,
rings, even if it's not on you, you still lose the game.
damn. And how many
Yeah, that's
rating
sad.
points is that? That's a
No,
lot.
so you lose by forfeit.
Okay,
By
so
forfeit. They
that,
won't lose it.
hey, I'll take that loss.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at the David Silva, right? We're still waiting
Yep.
for him to make a move. We've been on for an hour now, so we're just going to take a quick 3-minute break. 3-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right now. Okay, so we are back. Thank you guys for holding on with us. Still no moves have been made in this game. I'm sure by now White has realized the ramifications of his previous move, so he's really trying to see how he can make deal with this. So in view of that, we are also going to look at some of the other. I think we've not gone to check. We'll come back to this game, but we've not checked Bassem Amin's game in a while. So where did we leave this game at? If I can recall the position. Let's go. Oh, we didn't even reach anywhere. This is where we actually left this game. Yeah, so let's see what happened. So he did play e4, knight f6, and like I said, bishop to c4, bishop to c5, queen e2, knight to c6, d3, knight d4, takes, h3. Okay, we are seeing the same weakness as in the other game. I see the same weakness as in the other game. So I mean, again, from what we understand, you shouldn't allow some of these weaknesses. So trading the bishop for the knight here would also be a very bad idea. So queen e7, c3, bishop to b6, bishop to g5, h6, bishop to h4. Sorry. Okay, bishop to h4, bishop to e6. I think if this could come up at any point in time, g5 can come up here. Because it's very, like, it's plainly obvious that black is going to castle queenside. So g5 is a move that I think you definitely see. And Bassem, I mean, during the Africa games, kept making moves like this. So castles queenside, like we said, and now a4. So this is kind of like what we're trying to demonstrate in the other game about battling on both sides of the board. So here we can see that both sides are trying to do something. a6, rook f1, g5 finally, bishop to f2, knight to d7, breaking in the center. d4, e takes d4, c takes d4, bishop takes c4. And the question now is, do you take with your knight or do you take with your queen?
The first question is, why did you play d4? The move d4 is very weakening and very unnecessary.
Which
It was
move?
doing fine
Until d4.
like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was doing fine. Yeah, I was thinking, why would you put in the center? Because I think chess theory or chess principles tell us that if you want to attack on one side of the board, you have to keep the center locked. That's all I remember. I don't know if that's what's being applied here.
And also, thing is not safe. This is the problem because he voluntarily played the rook f1. You can't castle kingside.
Yeah.
And you've already gone like a4, c3. So your king probably isn't too safe on the king side. You probably castle queenside eventually, but black's king looks safer than white's. So you must keep the center because if the center also opens up, because the center and the king side are now connected. So if you play d4, pawn takes, then you take with your c pawn, then your queen side is now also exposed. And so now what's going to happen with your king? Because it's not going to find itself on any side of the board.
Oh, okay. I think I get it. So slides decision. Yeah. So yeah, that's why the engine suddenly shifts its mind the moment d4 is played. So takes, bishop takes, and yeah. How do you prove this position? Because yeah, these pawns can fall quite easily, and black can easily put pressure on this white king that's stuck in the center. An easy move to try and strike immediately, of course, maybe might not work now, is like f5. f5 is a move I'm looking at because we are immediately picking at the center. Yeah. Speaking of,
can we go to smart? I think
smart is winning. Oh,
not winning, but like
yeah. Okay. So where did we leave this game at? I don't remember where we left this game at.
I think we left around 10.
Move 10. Knight f1. Yeah, we left knight e6, knight e3. Yeah, knight e3, attacking the bishop. He plays bishop to e4, knight back to f1. Okay, so yeah, you've just really wasted a lot of moves. Rook ab8, a4, of course. Yeah, so I think we mentioned this idea briefly. Yeah, that it looks like a reversed Carlsbad. So these are the ideas you want to go for. a6, knight to d2, bishop h7, knight to b3. What are you aiming knight to b3 for? Knight to b4. What? Wait, what? Knight to b4? I don't see it. I don't see it.
The point is pawn takes and bishop c2.
Pawn takes bishop to c2. Oh, is it really that necessary? I mean, that's too fancy.
No, it's very nice. I mean, you get the material, but you completely destroy the guy's contract.
Okay, you
In the
spot the
game.
structure and you get the
Now
material back.
there's a need pawn on for yeah, you get a C file. It's actually very good.
Oh,
Now he
okay.
can develop his bishop on C1 too easily. So very, very good.
And he trades. This is where I would have struggled because I'm not the kind of person to like this going to an end game, but that's fine. And now you have a weakness. This C pawn is a backward pawn. It can't really advance forward easily. And you can still go for ideas of messing up the pawn structure on this side of the board. Rook attacks the bishop, and this is where we are now. I think we just lock the position.
So, okay, without looking at what do you play here?
I mean, the first, I mean, I think what everybody would think about is saving the bishop. So that's kind of where my mind went in first. Like, how do I save the bishop? Moving here is, I don't think it does anything. So moving here is the next option. The reason why I don't really like this move in particular is I feel like now we fix white's pawn structure. So I don't know. Oh wait, isn't this pawn now hanging? The c3 pawn is now hanging, right?
Good. Now you're seeing the lines that they are calculating right now. So bishop d2.
Bishop g2.
d2.
c2. Wait.
D. Rook takes pawn on c2. Bishop d2.
Okay, rook takes pawn. Then bishop to d2. And then just go rook to c2, right? No, not rook to c2. Bishop here. No. What is it? Ah, I see it. Bishop takes on b4. Bishop takes on b4, right?
Yeah, bishop takes b4.
Yes. Yes.
If he finds this sequence, he's probably going to win the game. That would be insane.
Yeah, that is. How did you see that?
That's almost like 500.
And that is why I'm commenting, and that is why they are playing. He found it. Wait. Let me reload this page. Sorry. Let me reload this page. And now my PC decides to disgrace me.
Destroy the guy. Wow.
He found it. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Wow, that's actually impressive.
They discussed this position, I'm sure. This is utter decimation. Utter decimation.
Yeah.
I think there was a slight difference in the moves. Yeah, I think this is a better position for black. Yeah, he went knight d2 rather, and this is worse. That is crazy. Because if knight takes, you don't really need to take this guy immediately, I guess. Oh no, you take him immediately. I was thinking about something else. I was thinking, is it this takes? Is that what I was thinking? No, this is not it. So I think no, you just take the rook. I think I was thinking a little bit too much there. So he found it. And who is he? He's playing an IM. Wait, this tournament can give him a title.
40 rated IM. Like,
yeah. So he can get a CM after this, right? This tournament allows that, right?
I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't think they give CMs here. I think the winner gets a grammar title. I don't think the other sports. I don't know.
Oh damn. That would be so nice. That would definitely be so nice. Okay. Yeah, so nice after to his opponent. Which game were we that I think is it Balel? I think it's Balel, yeah. This is the game where they were attacking on both sides of the board. So where were we? Okay, so bishop takes, rook to e8. Rook to e8, f4 we said would happen. Knight to c5, c4. Okay, that's fine. You prevent your opponent from advancing. You can bring your bishop back. I guess that's all fine. Knight to e4. Maybe the queen can even slide and add to the attack here, depending on what you want to do. Queen to d3, queen to d7, bishop to b2. Is he trying to provoke, like play this and just provoke weaknesses? It's possible. Queen to f5. Yeah, but I know I recommended this move, but the whole idea is strange, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially with where the queen is now, this idea just looks awkward. Okay, but he goes f6, which we are expecting, and now I think he wants to capture, and knight takes. Okay, so maybe he was expecting something else. Knight takes. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad though.
It's not too bad actually. Which is being better than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought he just yeah, he's holding on.
So simple plan: rook g1, rook g5. But that can't even work because rook g1, there's this.
Yeah, there's a big thing.
Yeah, I think his attack has really slowed down now. His attack has slowed down. So what did he miss? What did he miss here? Instead of playing queen to d5, what should he have played? Engine here says just go h4.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't that. It just wasn't that simple. He hasn't played any move that isn't natural.
I mean, it's not like it's not like he's losing or anything. I think White is still the one who is determining what
Oh
happens
no
on
no
the
no.
game. Yeah.
So
It's,
it's slightly better.
yeah, it's just that like I think after the trading of materials, now the game just looks plain. It looks like there's not much happening anymore. So, I mean, it is a chess principle that once you are under attack, trade off material and your position becomes free. So I think he applied that very well. And his opponent seemed to have just one idea because every move you can see here just supported that whole idea, right? C4,
Yeah.
bishop to g2, and I mean, it was all one way. He didn't seem to adjust his plan or his idea anyway. Yeah, so we are here now. This is where we are in the position. This is where we are in the position. Okay, we've looked at Basem Amin's game. Clinton's game versus Fee. Let's see how it goes. Clinton is having a nice position against Fee. You know, if the Ghanaians topple all these guys this tournament, I would be so happy. I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
I'd be very happy, to be frank. I'd be very, very happy.
Matt will win his game, but I don't think Clinton will win his game. It's mainly better because he is, his opponent is taking some risk. So
Yeah.
Clinton hasn't really outplayed him or anything. The opponent is just deciding to make some questionable moves to get some sort of attack.
I mean, one of the reasons why Tao was so successful is that he played bad moves. No, if I said I'm going to get attacked, but he played questionable moves that would scare his opponents. I say bad moves because some engines looked at his. Of course, it's an engine, so that's why. But some engines looked at some of his sacrifices and some of his scary moves, and they were like, "Yeah, this guy sucks." But I mean, it's human beings you are playing against, so again, most of his sacrifices were very nice, but some of the moves are just to scare your opponent, and if they do work, you are good to go. So is he aiming to go e4, e5 if black doesn't respond in the center?
Yeah, that's the idea. He wants to push e5, probably get his king to f2, get f4 in g4, f5, a big attack.
Hmm.
it's weird because the moves he made previously don't really go with this plan. If you wanted to play this plan, then he wouldn't have played the move with F to D1.
Yeah.
You know, he wouldn't. He would want to prefer the rook to stay there while he's on. I guess because he was allowing 90. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he wants. But it's a bit.
Oh.
But Clinton has to find this move D5 to punish, which is not something.
Did you say D5? E5 or D5? Oh.
E5,
E5.
yeah, E5. Then no, Clinton has to find. I don't think.
E5?
It takes takes an E5. You have
Takes
to
takes
take on
E5. Okay.
E4.
Okay, so Clinton
Yeah,
takes on
that's
E4.
right.
Then if then who? Takes and then E5 is what you're saying. Am I
Yeah.
hearing? Okay. I don't see it. I don't see it. Cause I all I'm seeing is that you're losing a
I don't. Yeah, it's not so simple. I think, but it's apparently it's completely lost. It's quite takes that point.
yeah, I don't get it. This is why I have you here.
You know,
Uh,
even I don't know what's going on now. 94 is like a very good defendant. Interesting.
I don't know if it has to do with check, because I'm looking at check and I'm like, okay, check, the king comes in here. Now your knight here is hanging. What do you do? Maybe knight to h5, and then I
Okay,
don't
it
see the
starts with knight to d4.
knight. You start with knight to g4. What? Okay, let me just give you the benefit of the doubt and take the knight. Oh, okay. I can see this. I can see this. But this is the engine doesn't like this. But this is what I see.
Yeah, so
Uh,
bishop c5 first.
bishop c5
Like had the
first.
idea, but bishop c5 first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ah,
and punishment.
blocking off this side entirely. Then once the king comes in here, then you can just wow.
Okay, I have some bad news.
What? What?
I'm told that the position in the smart game is not position on the board.
It's
It's
not
some
actually
kind
on
of
the board.
yeah, it's some kind of error.
What
Because
kind
it's
of
not
error gives you this good position? What kind of error gives you this
depends on the
good
board.
position? Why? But wait,
That's the real
where are you getting this information from?
because
Connect me to your networks,
so Max
brother.
Maxwell just
Oh,
that's why.
okay.
Yeah, because it looks like strange. A bit of some white decisions look strange. Like the knight d2 move was strange. That's not a move an iron. He missed a very simple thing. So I was wondering what was going on. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so
I see it's on the BCA page. Oh no, no. What kind of glitch? I wish my thinking glitched like this sometimes. I'd be the best chess player on the planet. I need these glitches in my life.
that's so strange.
Oh damn. Oh come on. So what is the actual position? Can anyone tell us what the actual position is?
I don't even know.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. His board seems to be swapped with the
It looks like
next.
oh
Oh no.
wait, so let me see that position. Ah, okay, so it's Kwame Setra who is lost against the first
Wait, so
one.
Setre. So who then is white? If this is supposed to be the
So
game, if this is supposed to be the game, then who is white?
yeah, so this is Kwame Setra's white playing the Andrew Korean there. So Kwame Setra is the one losing this one. And in the other game, this is uh the guy Smart is playing against. So Smart is black in that.
So black is so smart is black in
Okay.
Cetra's game, and
Exactly.
oh boy, that sucks. Okay, we'll get clarification.
Yeah, that's
We'll get clarification. But it's a nice game. I think we can still try and look at it. Wait, so
yeah.
it's a position on a board, but it's not a smart game, if I'm getting it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can still analyze the game. I think it's not bad if we analyze it. We just won't know who is playing. Oh yeah, let's go back to Amako's game.
Yeah, let's do it.
Have you seen the move position?
Yeah, just a sec. Just a sec. I'm getting there. Oh, you're playing Connect Four.
Connect 4. How does this happen? Like what's going on? Okay, so we left it here. Then we left it here e5, queen c7, and then c3. What? The only time I've seen something similar to this, not completely like this, but similar to this, is in the Queen's Gambit accepted. What is this? This is crap. Now you have to calculate. Now, if you are calculating, you have to calculate every single capture, and
Yeah.
it's not just every single capture you have to cap. I think whoever is playing, I think Cetra just wants to complicate the game, because now the thinking you have to do in this position is crazy. You have to calculate every single capture and how it's going to go, and if your mind slips on a single variation, you are messed up. What this means is that both of them are in strange waters. And if I know anything about Nigerians, they like chaos. So I don't know if there's an advantage for black.
Yeah, I don't know how strange. I mean,
Oh goodness.
I can't imagine what the small boy says.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm supposed to be analyzing the games, but trust me, I don't want to put work into this. It's going to be too much work. Oh, thank God I'm not the one. You know, there are some positions I'll never see on the chessboard. I mean, I will never see some positions on the chessboard. No, you will never see me doing this. Never in my career. But these guys just seem to love this, so let's allow them. If you want to analyze it, Eduboku, take it away, because I'm not even going to put my brain in this game. I am not. If you're going to try and analyze this game, feel free. But I in particular I'm not going.
The point is that the punches are facing each other. Already, there seems to be some the problem for white now is that he can't castle, because black always has bishop takes knight on e2, and you kind of have to take with the king. If you take with the queen, you need something to protect c3. Then he can play a takes b, knight takes, and then pawn takes c3. So your queen needs to protect the c3 pawn, which means your king can't castle it. And this is probably the main reason why white is seriously worse.
Oh, okay. He understands these types of pawn structures, and I don't know. I thought the position looked very simple in the past. Right now, it's not so clear, and I'm just. Why do people love chaos? What other game? I'm not looking at some games because I feel like there'll be clear washes. I'm just kidding. But I've not looked at Ameku's game, David Ameku's game. Let's look at how his game is going. So it was e4. Yeah, David Ameku. This is game I'm looking at. Someone says Akbar's game looks interesting. So we'll look at that after this. E4 c6, knight f3 d5, Karukan. Knight c3, bishop g5, h3, bishop takes, queen takes, e6, e takes, c takes, bishop to b5, check, knight d7. Knight d7, castle's kingside, knight f6. Still not a position I really recognize. Of course, like if you play d4, I understand this position clearly. Where are we now? Rook e1, sacrifices, possible, not now. Bishop e7, d4, finally. Castles, bishop d3. And this looks like a Jubava landing to me. This looks like a Jubava landing to me. And again, we can get a similar position with the whole Carlsbad idea in this game. A6, knight e2, rook e8, bishop f4, queen b6, poison pawn. Yeah, queen takes and then rook e to b1. Bishop to d6. Bishop takes, queen takes, knight g3. Rook a c8, c3. Like I said, these pawn structures are annoying. Queen b6. Okay. Rook to b1. Rook e to b1. I don't know if queen e6 is where he wanted to go first. I don't know. Queen b6, rook e to b1. Queen to c7, knight to f1. And this is the current position we are in. Yeah. I don't know much to say about this position. Okay, I was hoping a4 sometime. It looks quite equal.
Yeah, it looks quite equal.
This position.
Like this move. B1.
Queen to b1. Queen to b1. This is queen to b1.
The rook e to b1.
Oh, okay. You don't like this move?
Rook e to b1. Yeah, it seems a step in the wrong direction because white is looking to play on the king side. All the pieces are there, then there's weird move with b1.
But I think with
maybe he wants some b4.
No, b4, you are just making your position difficult to play. But with the way the position looks, it looks like there's nothing much happening. So he has enough time to maneuver. So if he wants to make any corrections to his position, I think he can.
Yeah.
This position looks similar to, I don't know if you watched the Team Chess Championships that chess.com held. This position looks similar to what Levy and Hikaru had. And Hikaru said that in such positions like this, you can just play anything. I don't know if you remember that game. It was quite recent, so I remember it very well.
I did actually see that game. Yeah, that was also a character. It was very solid.
Yeah.
But that one they played with G6, Bishop G7, if I remember right.
Yeah.
That was with G6,
I remember that there was something here. Yeah. They did have a pawn. They did have a pawn on C6. Yeah, and they just kept on moving back and forth. So I think they have enough time to maneuver if they want to. Of course, the point is they are like highly skilled players, so they can actually get those positions, but we don't know how it's going to, what form it's going to go, because sometimes I think as lower rated players get very impatient and want to force things to happen in the position, and that's where we collapse. Being able to accept your position has no life in it and then go for a draw, it's not something everybody can do. So maybe yeah.
I like this move that he played. I don't know the point of a5.
Knight.
Because he just gave a5.
A5, okay. I think he just gave the bishop. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he just gave a free square on b4. There's no reason for this. It didn't look like white had any kind of play. It could do anything like g6, a5, and b7.
I was actually thinking that was fine.
Yeah, because now the bishop gets to b4, he can even maneuver and get the knight into that square or something. It's like it's unnecessary.
Oh, okay. Okay, so for right now, we are in a boring position. If anything, from what we are seeing, maybe white has the chance. But for the time being, let's look at Prince's game. Akpa Prince versus Wanyama. End game. Who said this was interesting? This is not interesting. This is an end game. I mean, I think Prince is lost. Those two pass pawns are dead. I don't know. The king can't infiltrate in any way. So you can leave these pawns for a while and then think about life in a different way. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, this is lost. Uh, he has the pawns are all going to fall. I think
Mhm.
there's no way to. He's going to. He should resign now. I don't. There's no point to make. You can go to the game and see what happens because it's a different
Yeah,
story.
but I don't think we looked at this game at all, did we? So we have to start from move one. Um. Oh, this is actually my favorite position as white. I think you've seen me play this quite a bit, right?
Yeah,
Get yeah. So this is I want to see. Yes. Okay. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. I personally wouldn't go f4, or at least not now. Mostly I go bishop to f4, queen to e2, and try and trade off my dark square bishop for this bishop. Castle queen side. I mean, if you've seen my games, you know what I'm talking about. This is. I mean, can you call this a Maroxy bind?
so
You can't call this a Maroxy bind.
no, this is not really a match.
Yeah.
I don't think you have enough to call it a match. In principle, it has a similar kind of idea, but
Yeah.
I don't think you have a bind there because D5 is not that difficult to play.
Oh, okay.
Like Bishop G4 already can play it. Like Knight
Yeah.
D6. Like,
Yeah. Okay, but this is the transformation we had of the position. Okay, Akpa is playing as black here. Okay, so there are some clear weaknesses in Akpa's position. White has more spatial control, as is normal in these modern types of position, but his king doesn't look so safe, and I think that's what white is going to use. Ideas like this, I think, stand out. Yeah, white has no chill. Why d5? Why e5? Why e5?
can't
No,
can't
cause
explain.
cause this is coming. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
And even in principle, you've not completed development. Your king is not so safe. So opening up the position should be a no-no. Like just
Yeah.
a basic principle. It's
So
not going
knight,
to end
yeah,
well for you. Even
knight takes
yeah,
g6, and I feel like any captures here is disadvantageous to you because if you go this way, you're allowing some pawn pushes on this side of the board. If you take this way, of course, I think I can play rook takes, bishop takes, and I'm having more attack on you. So I don't know why you do. Okay, so takes, bishop develops, knight takes, queen comes in, just retreat back. Takes, and now rook comes in. Okay. How do we continue? Trading queens may lead to a drawn endgame, a drawish endgame. Okay.
and
Pawn. Wow. So these are the pawns that are causing the issue now. So after a4, takes. Like it's so amazing how just by trading rooks here, the position is now looking so bad. But why is it so bad? I don't. Okay. He trades. He keeps trading. I think that's where the issue is. I don't know. You understand this position. I don't like sincerely I have to finish. I keep saying it, but I can't. You pick an end game book. You pick an end game book. You start reading the end game book, and you just get angry of that you are reading an end game book because it's so much. one small pawn move destroys the position, and you're like, okay, why did I even start reading this book? Okay. Are you still here? I don't know if I can. I can't really hear you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just fascinated by the young boys.
C4. Yeah, transforming the position into what he did, I think, is where the problem comes in. And his opponent seemed to understand this very well. And yeah, this is worst. One of the things I think I heard quite a bit is knowing when to transform the position into an end game position, as like clear end game position, like king and pawn, king bishop and pawn, king queen and pawn end game. You should be very, very careful, because it can be the turning point between winning and losing a game, which is one of the things Magnus Carlsen is very good at. He can determine when an endgame is going to favor him just by one slight change in the pawn structure. So at this point, yeah, that's basically this is not going to change anything. Although, okay, you don't even have to trade. You can just go back here. And you can slowly bring your king in. I'm sorry if you are struggling with the stream. I disconnected slightly, so that's why it lagged a bit. Yeah, so this game is almost over. Let's see the game. We don't know who is playing right now, and let's see how it transforms. No, not this one. Where is it? Frimpong Smart. Okay, so the game has developed a bit. So after bishop takes, he plays bishop to b2. That's the Smart versus Chitumbo game. Smart versus Chitumbo game. That's where I am right now. Yeah. So continuing from move 23. Bishop to b2. So he plays bishop to b2. He plays bishop takes is a3. Bishop takes c3. Bishop to c2. Rook a1. Bishop goes all the way back. I think now you can think about developing this side of the board, but you get past pawn if I'm right. Rook a2, then the bishop also goes back. So what did we come out of? 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. So we are 2 pawns up. So we came out with 2 pawns, and we can possibly build a pass pawn here. These pawns are weak. We have 2 isolated pawns here, so white has a weak pawn structure which black can take advantage of. He didn't get as much as I would have expected him to get, but I mean 2 points up is still an advantage, I would say. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's really lucky. He also owns the C file now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's at the end. Yeah, they can't play.
Okay, so b6, rook comes in, knight jumps in, bishop comes back, trade. Okay, that's an interesting choice. Okay, yeah, you can't push instantly. So what do you want to do here? Do we now slowly develop the king into the position? Or is there something else we can aim to do, like F, E? I'm gonna move 20, 30, sorry. Move 30, A5. I'm just checking if black's plan is maybe to go F6, E5. Or if he's going to slowly maneuver the king into the pool.
Rook C8. Just Rook C8. Rook C3. Invade the rook, you force the rooks of the board, and then your king can come.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's go into the current position here. It says black is complete. Oh, okay. This idea exists. So rook c1 check. Yeah, you know, I was recently looking up your video where is it, what's her name again? I think it was Jennifer Shahadi, right? Jennifer Shahadi was the one who looked at your game, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but three's game ended because Wilfred's phone rang. So it's just move seven. Just move seven. A very equal position. Move seven. Wilfred's phone rang, so he lost the game by default. Yeah, so there's nothing in that game. There's nothing in that game. Shocked us as well. We thought it was a board glitch, not knowing it was a complete bust. Yeah, that's the reason why it was a default. Survivor, it was a default. He lost by default. It was up to move 7 or move like 6, 7 there about it. He lost because his phone rang. Yeah. And your phone is supposed to be on silent. It wasn't on him, but his phone rang in his bag, and that's enough to lose a game in chess. Yeah. You know, sometimes I just feel like you don't really have many rules. Some of the rules in chess, I feel like please don't kill me for this, but I feel like we don't have rules. You can't really put rules in chess, so you have to force a rule in chess, like touch and play, you know? Or maybe touch and play is more of like a romantic thing. To prove that you have to make your decisions, like you have to really be sure of your decision before you make a decision. You must only touch the piece once you are ready to move it, you know? I feel like touch and play shouldn't be a rule, but anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways. Before I'm attacked by VD. You do not respect the beauty of the game. Anyways, so yeah, my internet is messing up a bit. Sorry for the lag that you're experiencing, but my internet is messing up a bit. I don't know. Okay, I know why. But it happens. It happens. It hasn't happened to me yet, but it happens. I was in it suddenly clicked in someone's head and he was like, no watches. And the moment he said no watches, I was like, oh yeah, Magnus has really affected people. It's like they said everything. It's like it just suddenly came into the mind of the one of the speakers and was like, no watches. Like, oh yeah. Okay, so we had rook c1 check and then yeah. Okay, yeah. No, it's a forfeit, so he won't lose any rating. I'm speaking like I'm knowledgeable about this. If it wasn't Edupoku who told me this some hours ago, I'd have said he would lose rating.
You know.
Yeah.
You know all these things.
Yeah.
All these things.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay. So we've been on this position for a bit. I don't get why people are saying Apex game is looking interesting. It's no longer interesting to me. It's completely lost. Let's go to what is Edupoku's favorite game? Where is Philip? Yeah. This is Edupoku's favorite game. The Connect 4 chess and Connect 4 being played together. I know it's taking some time. Like I said, yeah, it's my how will I put it? My nephew and my niece are here, and normally when they are here, my dad puts on Netflix for them. And in Ghana, the network connection is not very stable. So once I'm fighting with someone for the internet, I'm going to lose. The moment I start fighting with someone for the internet, I'm going to lose. Let me try again. Give me a second. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I think that's good because losing rating points for something as trivial as this, I think it's good. Give me a second. My leeches is not responding. Oh boy. Yo, please don't do this on a live stream. Okay. I think it's almost back. Okay. Let's go back to the broadcasts. Oh, yeah. You just started following Banelli? I just saw if you followed Banelli.
Yeah. I saw some people following them today, so I
Oh,
followed
okay.
all of them.
Yeah. Okay, so Philip's game. Yeah. Oh, the Connect 4 has been destroyed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the position has opened up. Finally. Now I can analyze the game. I hated this. I really did hate this position. I guys, I hated this. So what happened? We had e6, and the moment black played e6, white decided to open up the position. I think you analyzed this position briefly. Like you said it in like it could happen. I think if I recall. You said this position could happen. And this is the current position we have on the board. 9g to e7. Yeah, so again, I still think black has his potential on the queen side. I still think black has his potential on the queen side. There's still more pressure. And again, everything we say, you can see what we actually meant. Because when everything was on the board, it looked like, okay, maybe what we're saying was not so clear. But now that the pawns have been traded off and the positions are a little bit more clarified, you can see that black castling king side is very safe, right? It's very safe. The only person who loses in any of these things is white, you know? So, I mean, now this knight has so many things it can do. Coming in here, targets this. If you castle, weakening your position. So many things. Ooh, bishop to d1, rook to b1, trying to get out of the threat. How do we do this? I was thinking about castles because I was thinking about takes.
No, he just landed a tactic.
Wait,
The bishop to d3.
bishop to d3. Wait, where? Bishop to d3. Oh, okay.
And rook has to go somewhere. Rook a1 or rook c1. Doesn't matter. You play pawn takes
Pawn
d2.
takes.
Knight takes d2 is forced.
And you unveil the attack here. Is that nope? Okay. I think it's whenever I think it's straightforward and it's not so straightforward. Then what do we do here?
Yeah, I mean if bishop has to take on c3. So pawn takes c3, bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, and the knight on b2 is just handed. So you take on e2 first. That's
Okay,
no, so you take on e2.
You take on b2.
First, so that the knight can take. No, you take the knight on e2 first before pawn.
Okay.
E2.
Am I missing something? Maybe I'm not in the right move. Okay, so wait. Knight takes,
So,
then bishop takes.
no. So
Knight takes,
yeah,
pawn
before
takes.
pawn takes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so bishop takes.
Yeah.
Then after king takes, then you play bishop takes. But pawn takes, not bishop takes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Thank you for simple openings like the London system where none of these complicated stuff happens. So it's a fork now. If bishop takes, rook takes, we check. And yeah.
Now this is not so easy to see. I don't know if the guy was. Oh, the guy spotted it. Wow.
He's 2200. I don't think he wouldn't see it.
Spotted it in less than a minute too. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. When the Connect 4 ends, the mating gets nice. Someone says Clinton game is becoming nice. Let's look at that. Wait, have we been looking at only Ghanaian games for some time now? I want us to move. Maybe we'll move on to the female section briefly, and we'll get back here. But let's just look at Clinton's game. Where did we leave this game at? Okay, what was it? Yeah, it was here, and I think you mentioned e5, an idea of e5 at some point. I think it was d takes and then e5 is what you mentioned, and that's what he did. That's what Clinton did. D takes, but he didn't play e5 like you recommended. He went knight f to h5, queen to f2, queen queen to g5. This game is similar to another game that we're looking at, but of course, white is much better off here than in that game. That game should have ended some time ago. I don't remember which game it was, but that game should have ended some time ago. But it seems it's still going on. A3, bishop to d6. No knight h4. What do you mean by knight h4? Knight couldn't go to h4. Okay. A3, bishop to d6. I mean, now the position can be closed. I think this is what Fee wanted.
Yeah.
So
Now he is comfortably better. I don't know why he put his bishop on d6 to d8. I mean, he allowed the bishop to block him completely. You have just gone to e7 instead. And
okay.
there's chances for the bishop to come out somewhere.
Yeah, so after this, then yeah. Someone's mentioning something. I want to see. It says knight f. It says what? Knight f to h5. Yeah, knight f to h5 before d takes e4. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because the queen can come in, or because of takes.
Yeah, it's another way to play. But that's look very juicy.
The same idea of attacking the
Right.
Well, I mean, he could still go for the ideas that he's going for. Again, like you mentioned, these rooks look a little bit misplaced, you know? And you're saying we can go knight f4 ideas of infiltration. That's also fine. That is also fine. That is also fine. Okay. But we still get the knight f, the same ideas you're talking about. Maybe slightly not good for, maybe it's not so good for black here because now the bishop is cut off. So I get where you're coming from. So what's Clinton trying to do? Is he trying to force the issue here?
Yeah, I guess knight f4 is what he has to play to make sense of the move he has made, but I don't see the point after something like this e1.
Yeah. It seems the moment the bishop got here and then e5 came in, Clinton's attack just dwindled into nothingness. So maybe like you were saying, I mean, even after this, here is completely fine. I think queen g5, a3, and instead of allowing your opponent to instantly get this, maybe this, or even to f8, then coming in this way. I don't know. I mean, you still get locked out of the game, so I don't really know what you're going to do in that position. But here, no, this position looks like a position I had against Clinton, where I was sacrificing my pieces, hoping to get an attack, but I didn't get anything out of it. It looks like black has something in this position, but he doesn't. Yeah, and these are the moves you hate to see. No, there's nothing because he's just going to keep pushing him back with tempo, and then eventually an attack is a counter attack is going to form against black. I've been at the receiving end of these types of things before.
Yeah,
this is
the knight is better.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said, let's go and check the females. There are only 7 boards there, so there's not much we can look at. White is on an attack. Wafasahenda, the Egyptian Grand Master. I actually saw her quite a bit. Frimpong's smart game is not his game. His board has been switched with someone else. So Frimpong Smart's game is not his game. Unfortunately. Most of these information, when we heard them, we actually got pissed off. Because we were so excited to think that from Smart was going to beat an IM and then eventually we find out that that is not his game. That's a different board. I think his board is switched with Cetre, which is very sad. Where are we? Are we back? Okay, yeah, back. Okay. So yeah, an attack is forming against this Black King. I think that's the most obvious thing I can say about this position. So how do we continue this attack? Are we looking at, is it Black's move? It's Black's move. So are we looking at like knight here? Like knight to f6. If bishop takes pawn takes, then the rook has been opened up. Is that what we are looking at here?
That looks good. Something like bishop c3 is also interesting. I mean, knights them I just take.
Oh, c3, yeah. That's an instant, yeah.
Has to go c5 and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Attacking chess being played. Unfortunately, yeah, February's game is here again. Okay. She was winning the last time we saw this game, but it seems now her opponent has been able to... Wait, is it that game? I think it was David Silver's game. I think that was David Silver's game. I actually want to go and check that game again. Remember the game where the dark squares were weak and white played an anti-positional move?
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably won by now.
Yeah, but it's not yet won. I'm sure his opponent is refusing to... Let me just check here. Yeah, this game is teetering towards a draw. Okay, let me just see where Gertrude's game is. Oh, yeah. Light squared bishop, weak light squares. Similar to the other games we've been watching so far. Yeah. Okay. I actually want to get back to that. I want to see the thematic win. I'm sorry. I know we're not really focusing too much on the female section, but... Okay. So, thank you very much, Edu Poku. I think I'll have to let you go.
Yeah.
I've kept you here for too long, but thank you so much for enlightening me. If I was the one here, I think I'd be deceiving everyone about these games.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah. So, I think we'll be around tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Thursday, probably not.
Oh, okay. No problem. Okay, so thank you so much for being around. Now I'm going to be battered by chat. Oh, you want us to look at David Silver's game before?
Enjoy the rest of it. Okay, let's take a look at that game.
Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, what happened? Was it here? Yeah, it was this game. So yeah, so eventually the trade happened. Bishop took the pawn exactly, then it goes back. Oh, I was actually thinking it would go back here, but that's fine. Queen f3. Bye from Algeria. Hey, nice. Rook b3, b6, strengthening, keeping the dark squares. Okay, keeping his I think his pawns off the light squares. Queen g4, rook a to b8. These are moves I don't get. h4, h5, stopping any ideas that could open up there. Queen to h5. Wow. Bishop to e2. If I think he's going to do what he's going to do, I don't support it. G3. Okay, he's doing what I didn't want him to do. Queen takes check. That was a blunder, right? G3. Yeah, that was a blunder.
He was dropping the pawn. He's on e4, h4.
Oh, okay. And now we trade off the queens, and this is a winning end game. I mean, you still have to win it. So here, of course, you can easily point out that they are bishops of opposite color, but one player has a clear advantage. So the player with the advantage of an attack, or with the initiative, or with an advantage, is the one who's actually winning, even though it's bishop of opposite color. This is far from a draw. Yeah. And it's for the same reason why you would give it a draw. one bishop cannot interfere with the other one. Bishop to e5. Again, these dark squares assaults are what's going on here. Oof. Oof. Infiltration. Yeah, how do you stop this? Yeah, this is not easy. This is not easy. These 2 pawns are dangerous. Yeah, so b4 is where we are now. This is where we are currently. Okay, so I have to let you go now. Thank you so much, Edipoku. And I'll see you maybe at the airport when you are going to the Olympiad.
Right.
Bye. Okay, so guys, that was Edipoku, the current national champion of Ghana chess, dropping in to help us with the analysis. Now you're stuck with me and my bad analysis, but don't worry, we'll pull through this together and we'll figure it out. Okay, let's go to, which game is this? Which game was this? Okay, yeah, this was the game where we're speaking about the attack. And yeah, we spoke about rook g1, but I was thinking rook g1 is easily stopped by rook to e4. But rook to e2, more aggressive option, targeting a checkmate here. I think that's what I didn't see. Queen comes into block, but if we trade off queens, I think this position is now becoming drawish. Queen takes, rook takes. Yeah. Queen takes, rook takes. King to f7. Yeah, this is now looking like a draw. It's very interesting how an aggressive position which seemed to have everything suddenly dwindle because of trades and a one-sided plan. So finally we have c5 trying to support the pawn structure and opening up the file. Is he trying to go bishop takes, king takes, and then suddenly come in this way? Yeah, that's what he's trying to do, to give him access to these pawns. You can always sacrifice pawns to create lines for yourself. Rook takes g2. Isn't he aware of this infiltration? I thought he was actually seeing that. I mean, the question is, which one did you want to lose the most? Like, would you play g6 and allow your opponent to take this before you try and defend? The question you have to find out for yourself. So now takes, and now white is actually now winning. White is winning again. Wait, but you have to be careful. Okay, rook takes d7 is the move we are looking at. Okay. So now white has these 2 pass pawns. If we can trade off one set of pawns, I think the position becomes much more easily winning, because 3 versus 3 here, the pawns can easily hold the position, but the king is the only piece going to be trying to hold these 2 pawns, and that is not a very easy thing to do. So I think this is going to be a very easy win for Belel. Lawrence. A name Lawrence. Okay, so there are not enough boards, DGT boards. So there are only 20 DGT boards. So 13 have been assigned to the males and 7 have been assigned to the females. So not all the boards are being covered. So his game, I don't think, is being shown here. Yeah, his game is not being shown here, unfortunately. So not all the games are being shown here. We are picking the games that we can. Which other game? This game is really annoying. The fact that it's not actually smart game is really annoying. It's really sad. Because black is having a very dominant position, and we're hoping that it was smart game so that he would gain lots of rating and maybe a title. But yeah, pawn push is one of the moves that strikes me first. Like, there's so much going on in black's favor. Trading off here, I don't think this pawn is going anywhere. Yeah, it's very easy to make a queen for black as compared to white. And the key position was here. Let's get back. Let's do a quick replay of that move. So here, rook to c5. No, not here. Takes. No, I've actually missed it. Yeah, so it's here. So Sacrificing, temporal sacrifice of the knight. Pawn takes, bishop comes into c2. Queen moves, you trade off. You take back the knight. Queen to f5, trade off the queens. Rook f to c8, and your opponent makes the slight error of attacking the bishop, and now he gets hit by the following: rook takes c3, knight to d2, and now bishop takes. And from this point on, black went up 2 pawns, and yeah, you can't really deal with the queen side. Very sad. I really wish it was smart game, but sadly it isn't. Let's see what happens to Clinton's game. So we've actually briefly looked at this game, and let's see how the game transformed. Yeah, I expected you'd go for the bishop because it was very open, but I think he should be more concerned about this dark squared bishop. Right now, it seems like it has no purpose, but this dark squared bishop can actually make some progress and possibly mess up this side. Because like Edupuku mentioned, these dark squares can easily be attacked by this dark squared bishop. Yeah, there's no attack. There's nothing here for black. There's nothing here for black. It looks like he's having something, but there's nothing. And eventually a counter attack is going to start. What other game? Okay, so Prince lost his game. We expected that to happen considering the end game that came up. Yeah, the 2 pawns were too strong. These 2 pawns can hold themselves in a sense, mainly also because of this bishop defending the pawn. So coming in here, trading off is just completely fine. It's just completely fine. Okay, so takes, and then yeah, like we said, you know the structure. The king can never take because it pushes, right? And that's basically it. You can take, but then that's about it. You lose everything. Nice. Okay, so we've done another hour. I'm just gonna go for a short break. I'm gonna get some water. This coffee is not enough. So we will continue in about 3 minutes. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. So we are back. Hope I didn't skip too long. Okay, now I've got the water. Okay. Oh, okay. The below game has ended. What was the below game again? Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah, like we said, the transformation of the position. Oh, and he actually allowed this to happen. Yeah, yeah. This if you've studied, you know about this. I think the king can stop these two, and you can slowly develop your king in here. Because if I think you bring them to the same line, and he can't take either one. Because the moment you take one, wait, no. Yeah, then you play pawn push here, because now the moment you take one, you lose the other one. So maybe if you want to even try it, you might have to like come up the whole way. And if you're not confident in doing it with the pawns, you can now bring the king in. Your opponent can't really do anything on this side of the board. Yeah, easy win. Easy win. Easy win. I say easy, but I wouldn't have got to this position in the first place. Okay. What else? Give me a second. Let me load up. Okay, let's look at Amin Basem's game. Give me a second. Yeah. Once again, thank you guys so much for being around for the stream. As always, I am very happy to have you guys around, supporting your country, supporting your favorite players. Easy is a good term. Niodati. It is once you can get to the easy positions. We can't get to the easy positions. We definitely can't get to the easy positions. Give me a second. Oh boy. And to anyone who followed, anyone who supported the stream, thank you so much. Again, I'm using Restream.io, so I don't see the follows or the subs or whatever that's going on, unless of course I use my phone, and the more I use the internet, the slower this one becomes, basically because of where I am. So if you followed, if you've subscribed, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. This is PM Chess, mainly focused on chess improvement, and making known African chess or African players. Of course, I'm lacking in the making known the African players part. It takes a long time for me to analyze and do so many videos, but that is the aim of this channel. I'm Mason, sorry, my brother is Pen, and we joined to make Pen Mason. Yeah, so thank you guys again for being around. I really do appreciate it. A London player like me can say easy. I see. Or a London player like me can get an easy position. Is that what you're saying? I mean, it's not like people think. You can't just get what do you call it? You can't just play anything you want in the London system, as people wrongly think of. You can't just get what you want in the London system. Okay. So we are looking at Amin Basem game. Sorry. Okay. Wait, another game has finished? Oh yeah, we expected this game to end. We'll look at the Amin game. This game has ended, so let's just take a look at this. This was the game where we thought it was this is the game we thought was wait, is this it? Yeah, this is supposedly Frimpong Smart's game. This is supposedly Frimpong Smart's game, but we don't know which side is playing which side. So where did we leave this game at? Yeah, so we spoke about this structure, and after e5, oh yeah, Yeah. What did we say here? I'm trying to remember what conversation we had about this position. After the queen coming in here, we felt like black had free reign of the position and could do whatever he wanted. Yes, we were speaking about e5. Is that e5, e4? Am I forgetting the position? Yeah, this is the one I spoke about it like a Scandinavian and how. Yeah, okay. Takes. We have a trade here. And black is starting an aggressive idea on the king side. So if this is the game and we are suspecting that Frimpong Smart is white, then Frimpong Smart is losing this game. Trading the queens off to reduce the pressure in the position. But again, you still have to... actually, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I think black is okay, fine here. I think black is fine here. Of course, white can put so much pressure because of the open files, but I still think it's fine. What you do have to be worried about is this pass d pawn. Pass pawns are very annoying. Bishop to h3, then he defends. G6, push pressure, g4. And now your rook is tied down to the defense of this. So putting pressure on the king side on the queen side is quite easy. But it's in this position that black resigns. Really? Or why would black resign here? I think there's more game to be played. Or why would black resign here? Did he just give up? Am I missing a plan? Or is he afraid of king, rook? I don't see it. But maybe he's afraid of certain plans. Because if I know, if I do know Frimpong Smart, he wouldn't end on this. He wouldn't end on this. Again, we don't know who is playing. Apparently, Sestra's game has been switched with Daniel's game. So we don't know who is who when it comes to these two games. So you might look at this game and be like, oh, Sestra just beat an IM who is 2300. It could be the other way around. It could be that the IMs actually won. So we won't know until the scores have been tallied up. So don't get overexcited just yet. Smart should be white in this game. If that's the case, then Smart just won a brilliant game. The thing is not even making, because I don't know who is who, so I can't really get excited. So I'm just waiting for the results and I'll know where we stand. I mean, it's not impossible because even Prince Akpa beat Bomo, the Nigerian national champion. So I don't really think it's impossible for anything like that to happen. It's just we don't know who is who. And I mean, until we get clarification, I don't want to jump to conclusions. This game should have ended long ago. I don't know why it's still going on. Wait, what? We thought, didn't we? Yeah, black is up a piece. Okay, you have to stop this guy from promoting. Here. Rook comes in here, bishop comes in here, you can stop this guy from promoting. But I think now that your rook is... No, if the rook moves, you just move it. So I don't know. Will you want to trade off, allow this and trade off? Because bishop to d4 allows you to trade off. The moment you move your rook, I just take, and now I can still defend these guys. So pick your poison. This is a win for David Silva, is my conclusion. Clinton Fomevo is, yeah, like I said, white is going to counter attack after the trades, and black doesn't have a very strong position. Now you can see the strength of this bishop. All it has to do is just calmly go down and join in the attack. I don't think you want to play g4, but it might be a consideration in this position, because if you can open this up, you can see that rook to g3 is very good. And now that this bishop is cut off, I think it's a comfortable position. And what makes this even better, I mentioned it earlier, and then Edupoku added to it because of the ramification of that position. Whenever you want to start an attack on one side of the board, make sure that the center is locked. Of course, black can do stuff here and try and open things up, but the center is kind of locked. Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking this game is also going to end soon. I'm thinking a lot of the games are going to end soon. Hakim versus Zemba. E4 and the game ends. Yeah, so these are the kind of things we are talking about. We don't really know the full story. So as we are here, we do ask questions to those at the playing hall to find out exactly what is going on. So we don't know what happened here. Mills Papo versus Aikoje Odion. I've made a video on him. You can check out the channel PM Chess. I mean, it was expected for Akoche to win, rating wise, everything wise. Oh, damn. F5 and you lose your knight. Because there's no way you can go, right? Wait, couldn't you just go here? Oh no, then just pawn push and that's about it. Yeah, so the knight got trapped, and from this point on, you're just winning the game. When you're up in material, you can just trade down and then get a strong winning position. So in this position, white resigned and black won. David Ameku, he had a very drawish position. Edupoko and I were talking about this position, and we talked about how similar it is to the Team Chess Championship that happened, the game between Gotham Chess, Levi Rosman, Levi Hikaru versus who did they play against first? Eric Hansen and I forget his teammate's name. Yeah, but they had a similar position, not exactly the same, but they had a sort of similar position to this. And I recall Hikaru saying that what he learned from the engine designs, positions like this, you can just play anything, and the position is just drawn. You don't even have to force the issue. But what we're talking about is that stronger players know when there's nothing, and therefore they should not continue pushing. But weaker players who feel like we can easily get impatient with the fact that nothing is happening and try and force an issue. And we're wanting to see what would cause such a thing. Don't trust the engine's evaluation here. It's not correct. My PC is quite slow, so the engine is not actually working well. So here, and this is basically it. Nothing, just making nothing moves. He said you could just cycle your queen back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Again, I don't fully understand what he meant, but I'm just speaking from the position I'm seeing on the board. And this is currently where we are. King G7, and our opponent has played here H5. It's highly possible with the current moves that White has played. It's highly possible that White might be able to start something if Black is not careful, or if Black doesn't understand the position as much as White. And of course, if we look at ratings, Anlelo should have more understanding of this position than Ameku. And any trades here, I just don't like any trades here seem to weaken this too much. It really feels to weaken this too much. And I feel like White is really building up pressure. I don't see any conclusive ways White attack can work. But again, just weakening the pawn structure here might be a very big problem. I think all these games, you've looked at them. So rook g4, queen has to now retreat somewhere. Actually, it's not looking good for White. Slightly good for White. But once the queen retreats, I feel like, yeah. Again, I'm using the word feel because I don't have any conclusive ideas concerning what's happening on the board right now. So maybe you just take here. Takes, I think your opponent has to take H. Because if you take this way, I think you just messed up. Oh boy. Is there a way to bring this rook into the attack in some way, shape, or form? You can't, mainly because of this knight. So if you would want to do something like that, you have to go trade. But still, rook takes, and you may not want to move this. Yeah, I do feel this position. There's no, I do feel there's nothing in this position, but it still has to be proved. I think he's going to trade. I think he's going to trade. Is there some strange, like, takes here? Can we get this? Actually, it doesn't help. I just realized this exists. If that move didn't exist, I was really considering that. Trying to force the issue. It's not a good idea. It's not really a good idea to try and force the issue, but it felt like I could do that. Okay, Clinton lost to Fee. We expected that from the position that occurred on the board. It seemed Clinton had a very nice position, but then one slight error in his idea. The idea here was, as even Survivor pointed out in the stream, that here, Edupoku mentioned that the style in which he's playing in is very anti-positional, but it seems, I mean, because of his knowledge in the position, he might be able to gain something out of it. And Edupoku was proven right, because the decisions made by Clinton messed up, did not really help his position. So this is actually correct. Trading here is correct, but these sets of moves did not really help his position. I've forgotten how Edupoku explained it. No, actually, it wasn't here per se. It was after he played the move bishop to d6, because bishop to d6 allows your opponent to play e5, which he actually wanted to do some moves ago, and it blunts out your bishop, makes it harder. This bishop would have been key to helping your attack, but now allowing your opponent to play e5, it does not help you much, and that's one of the reasons why this position ended. What was recommended is that you could play this move, intending to go h4, intending to go f4, and it's possible that's the plan he missed, because I think e5 here, this, or even, yeah, that may be the idea that you're looking at. Anyways, that is the end of that game. David Silver's game is over. Which other game just ended? Below every game here that's ended, I think we've checked it out. Yeah, so Amako Selican, let's see how his game is going. We're looking at this game, this Connect 4 game, in case you didn't see this fascinating position of Connect 4. Actually, one person has Connect 5, but yeah, eventually the position resolved itself, and it seems like, oh, he did see it. He did see it. Yeah, this move was a tactical error. Edupoku saw this on the spot. I didn't see this, and now after this, the trade occur, and you lose. You end up going down a piece, and this is a clearly winning position for black, in the sense that one, you have 3 pieces versus black's 4, and yeah, basically that's it. These pawns cannot hold themselves; they are isolated. If we're to trade piece for piece, this becomes easy because it's a 4 on 3, and this is very easy to win. So you just have to simplify the position and get into the win. So let's just see how this is going to be done. That's what this game might actually take quite long. In as much as it's clearly winning, it will take some time, because there are ways to actually draw this. I don't think there are easy ways, but there are ways regardless. Ooh, briefly, let's check out the women's games. We have some results. Gertrude lost her game, but Jessie did win her game. Oh yeah, she was going to promote. Yeah. So let's just see the replay of the win. So in this position, no, after here, I was saying that black had so much pressure on the king side. And how did that develop? Okay, Indian didn't like this move. Indian didn't like this move, queen to a3, but that's a very clear, I think, infiltration plan of attacking this, I guess, or maybe going this way, switching to attack this side. But even if you were able to break through there, does that really work? Because this rook and the queen do a very good job of defending laterally. D takes, queen takes, and that was the error. So she does go for this plan. Why is this wrong? Queen to f3 check. Okay, and you win the rook back. Okay. And that's what actually happened here. So she didn't take back, and by refusing to take back and retreating the queen, she actually messed up, because now your defenses are much weaker than they used to be. And the transformation of the position favors black. And it's GG's. Who else? Wafa Shahenda versus Lidet. Okay, yeah, we mentioned the night infiltration in this game. What am I doing? We did mention a night infiltration in this game. It wasn't here. Yeah, so I was thinking, I think here, knight here, bishop takes, and you can sort of like, of course, this guy is different. Don't worry about that. But Edupoku mentioned that there's bishop to c5 here, c3 here. But we got rook f to e1, queen takes, bishop, and now the knight jumps in. Guy here is hanging. If you takes with check and you lose this guy. But what else is being made here? What else is being done here? Bishop here is very strong. If you play pawn push too, then you lose your queen. Knight jumps in and takes. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about, let's just play this move to give an idea. So now we are pinning here. We are forking here. If you do play this, you get hit with this. Maybe you want to play this, but then how would we continue here? Maybe bishop takes. How would you continue? I think you could just take here. I don't know how the attack will continue here, but that seems to be okay for white. But let's just see what actually happened in the game. We had a trade. Knight jumps back, defending this key square. How does white increase his pressure here? How does white increase the pressure here? But the knight can't jump in here. I think you just help the king get safe. This move is not possible. You would want to be able to play it. Queen f4. Winning this, I guess. Queen f4. Targeting the knight, obviously, but what do we do to defend? We can go queen to g6, but on queen to g6, it's getting complicated for me. So queen f4, queen g6. I was looking at this, but it doesn't work. So I don't know. The sacrifice here doesn't do anything. So I'm actually quite interested in how white is going to do the attack here, because I can't see the clear-cut plan here. Queen f4 is the only good plan I can think about. The engine here is recommending knight to e4. Maybe to jump into c6, f6, but what is the point of jumping to f6? It's not just about seeing the move, it's about knowing the idea behind the move. Okay, what other games are there? Gertrude lost her game. What is this? Oh! Did she really miss that? Oh, damn. That is not the way you want to go. Damn. That is not the way you want to go. And these are the kinds of checkmates that when they are down on the board, your heart just beats, because you feel like, oh, I'm completely fine. I don't know if you guys watched Gotham Chess's stream yesterday evening, Title Tuesday, the late edition. He was winning the endgame and made one move, and then his opponent moved the knight and it was a checkmate, and we were like, what? That was an interesting one. Okay, let's go back to the event section. Most of the games are wrapping up very soon. Tomorrow there'll be 2 rounds. I possibly will not be able to capture the 2 rounds. Yeah, so maybe I'll do the morning stream, and then the evening I won't be around. So if you're enjoying the stream, remember to drop a follow, like, comment. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, it really does help out. Okay, so let's look at this position. What? Bassam is playing black here. Comparing the kings, I think both of them are quite unsafe. It's not so clear. Are we aiming to go like rook here and jump in with a knight? That idea doesn't seem to make any sense. It doesn't seem like it's going to work. So he rather goes this way. He wants to double up this way, possibly. And then the knight doesn't really have... Okay, the knight does have a way to go. But if you double up and the knight goes in that way, this is just bad. So in as much as the game looks like it's in an end game situation, like it looks like the material is equal, it seems like black has a lot of pressure that he can put on white. I mean, if you do want to stop the rook from coming in, you have to trade off. But do you want to? Like rook e1 here. Oh no, that doesn't even work. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, rook e1, rook takes e1, knight takes and just check and then win. So that doesn't work. I'm creating castles in the air. Yeah, so you can't really do anything here. So a4? Is a4 your idea? I mean, a4 I can just ignore and come this way. So I don't think you want to play a4. You have to think about a way to defend this. How do you stop your opponent from getting that kind of advantage? It's not so easy. Can you even do that? I mean, that's why he's thinking, isn't it? Ken's game. Okay, this is the game that we said it will take a while. I mean, of course, black is completely winning, but it will take a while. He's gonna. I mean, if he wins these points, what else can you do? David Ameku, and we said it. Yeah. Yeah, this is reminiscent of Bobby Fischer, Boris Spassky. The rook just kept on moving back and forth because it didn't know what to do. Again, if this is a fortress, I wouldn't know. But yeah, we all know the engines can detect fortresses. But again, that's the point. Even though there's not much you can play in this position, if one player has more experience in the possibilities he can create, then the player that doesn't have much experience in these kinds of positions is definitely going to mess up somewhere. Again, engine is here saying white has an advantage, but it's not so clear how white is going to break through here. I don't see it. I don't know if there's ever going to be a bishop takes, pawn takes, and then this trading off to create this weakness. It could happen, like, right? But takes, check. Pawn push here, you can do that, but that'll be very bad for you. Then if we have queen takes, now you're targeting here and you've created a weakness. Is what I'm going for. Is what I'm going for. I don't know if that's the best case scenario for white, but that's what I'm going for. I don't think it's right, but that's what I'm going for. Oof. This move I felt like could not be played for a very long time, and now it's being played, and I'm just being flabbergasted. Because the knight jumps back. Can you really play this move? Maybe the point is not to play that move, but the point is to play queen here. You know, I kept on asking, how can the queen join this position? It could be. But queen comes in here, you get met with this, and that is not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. That's kind of like what I wonder about sometimes. One of the things I really want to know is to understand, like, especially these moves that look scary. You know, this position like this looks fine. Everything is kept, but these moves that like press, you know, there are moves that like G4, like H3 G4, moves that weaken your king position. I want to know like when they are comfortable to make. Throughout the African games, Bassem kept on doing that. H3 G4, H6 G5. He kept pushing. I mean, I'm working on some videos concerning some of the games, but like they could launch some crazy attacks, and even though they were not like correct, like the best moves, they weren't even worse off. Like a naked king just pushing, and I'm like, what kind of understanding do they have of these positions to make such like crazy moves, you know? And I really want to understand that, because sometimes the reason why I lose some of my games is because I'm not able to determine when to play such bad looking moves, you know? They are not bad because they fit the position, but I mean, so I'm hoping to learn a lot from here. Was it pawn push, bishop here, rook defense? So many things going on. Actually, I don't think there's so many things going on here. Yeah. Most of these games are. This is Kikiga Bomulovet versus Egbe Theory, Kosi Theory. Again, like I've said, Bomo is the Nigerian national champion, and he has this very nice position against his opponent. Something's got to give. Something has definitely got to give. You can't really get this move, and of course, your opponent can't really do much of attacking you on the light squares because you don't have a light squared bishop. So he played queen to c3. It's possible he's going to go queen to c2. You can put pressure here. Queen to c2 also creates an attack on this square. If you really want to defend it, you have to go in this way. And once your queen leaves that square, there's a lot of infiltration happening. So this is going to be interesting to see. So I'm looking at, for example, let's just make a bad move, right? And here, if you still want to defend this position, you might have to come in here. And this is the square. You can't go to the back rank, but if you can get here, play pawn push, and then play pawn push, you might be fine. Actually, yeah, once the queen even leaves here, you can even try to play the move c4, c6. Yeah, so remember the queen, if the queen ever goes to this square, then c6 is what you're looking for. So is it possible that's what he's going for? Like here, could that be his idea? c6 now, because pawn takes pawn push. Even if queen takes, nah, in that case you won't play queen takes, you just play rook takes. Yeah, so no, it's not that simple. So it's possible he's going queen to c2. I think that's where his mind is. Queen to c2 might be where he wants to go to. Queen to c2 might be where he wants to go to. I mean, Bassem, yeah, so like we said, he goes in with a check, but the check is very slow. It doesn't really do much. This knight can't defend the position. Not at all. Not at all. I think the most obvious move that comes to anyone is rook to c1. But rook to c1, I think maybe this is enough. I think anywhere you move is enough. Because the point is, if you take, this is a checkmate, right? So it's possible that's the idea he's going to go for. But wait, yeah, so this is where you want to go. I think going in here helps your opponent to defend his position. Because now you can't keep chasing him. You just have to win the knight. So, yeah. So I think that's what he's going to go for. Engine here recommends rook to g3. Just losing here. Yeah. And I think the point is a counter attack because takes, and then maybe this is what it's going to look for. Maybe here. Maybe here. Maybe here. I don't think any of them are. I don't know how any of them would fare. I think here you just get this move. Oh, then do we just have takes? No, we don't have takes, but this is just checkmate. Huh. Okay, so maybe it's not as simple as I'm thinking. Or maybe it is simple, but I don't see it. Okay, of course, you can just block this way. And now there must be a trade. Okay, so rook takes c2. He's up a piece. He's up a piece. So he can just choose to just trade off everything, go into an end game where he's winning. So there are so many things he can do here. I think trying to press the attack does not work. So he must just accept that, okay, I'm up a pawn. There's no need to push anymore. I can win from here. Yeah, so he plays rook b3 check. You can play knight back here if you want. Or maybe king here might be better. Um, a second. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, so we spoke about this position. So, what did he place? Okay, so when the queen left this side of the board, he came in this way. Rook to d1. You can't push. Like this. Rook to c6. Rook to c6. My point of rook to c6 is to play pawn push, but it might not really work. Again, I'm still trying to force this whole idea, but it just doesn't work. Again, just to kind of show the idea. Again, this doesn't work, right? Because again, I have to make a bad move. Your opponent can just play this, and if you take this, this is not scary at all. You can just take it. So I'm still trying to find a way to make this work. This should be winning, but I have to find a way to make it work. Oh, of course, rook to d6 creates a problem for your opponent here, but let's figure it out. If this guy moves, you can just take and take, and if takes, and then takes, and then rook d6 and we win. Oh goodness, not so much to go on. This is another domination we're talking about. Yep. This is just not going his way. Okay, yeah, this game is actually a game that's quite interesting. That's still going on. Where do we leave this game at? Okay, no, we've seen all these moves. He's been shuffling, and now he brings the bishop back. More pressure on this. I don't know. You really have to think about this because, yeah, we all saw the shuffling coming in very soon. That's why I was kind of like worried about this move b3, if it really made any sense and if it would really help the position. He goes for takes. I did mention that takes could be possible. Maybe now that this rook is out of this position. Wait, what was this rook? Oh, so you have to take this way, right? Yeah. Bishop takes. I don't think that works. I'm trying to find fancy ways to make this work, but I don't think it works, unfortunately. Sacrifices don't work. Can we just go queen g5? Like queen g5 just allows, queen g4 just allows takes, right? And you don't win anything. And like I mentioned earlier, taking with check, pawn takes, this still has problems. In this case, you can push and then play this, but I still don't think it works. Because you still have to deal with this. I don't know if this is good, but hey. Wait, did he actually play this? Let me reload. Did he really play that? He played bishop takes. Hey, call me Mikhail Tao, because that is the idea I've been pointing at for some time now. I've really been pointing at this sacrifice, and it works. And it works. Shockingly, it works. Yeah, maybe that whole idea with rook takes, rook coming in here with pressure on this is actually very strong. Black doesn't have enough time to take this. And to say you don't want to take this is actually going to be crazy. So what I was thinking about here is that rather than respond immediately, you should try and divert your opponent's piece. But does it even work? Like, I mean, all this is bad. Whoop. Bishop takes g6. 6. Queen g4 is the move I'm looking at. And the move that I was looking at is this. And it says d takes e5. Rook takes e5. Takes. Okay. I want to see. I want to see what happens here. I really want to see what happens here. That's what happens when you play these. That, it's experience, understanding. You know, I think I watched an interview one time with Magnus, and uh, I talked about no, Magnus Carlsen was giving a response to an interviewer, and the interviewer was like, if he knew that the position was a draw, if he knew that the position was a draw, why did he keep on playing? And Magnus Carlsen was like, oh, he saw that if he could get a specific kind of idea, it's possible he could push for an advantage, you know? Mm, come on. What are you gonna play here? I mean, it's completely losing. I mean, I'm not the one who was sitting on the board. If I was sitting on the board, I probably wouldn't have seen this. Mm, this game. These nights, can we get a night checkmate? I don't think so. I don't think we can get a night checkmate. But pawn takes here might be fine. The more the more the more the more pieces that come off the board, the easier the position becomes. This is a wall. Can you imagine? Nice, nice. Rook to d6. I mentioned rook to d6 earlier. But wait, what happened here? After the rook comes in, the queen goes back. Yeah. Yeah, he wants to keep the bishop target to defending the square. But I think now you have like queen to d2, queen to d2 here. Like queen to d2, let's just understand here. Here. Takes, takes, and then that's it. So queen to d2 is the idea I'm looking at. I was looking at this move, but it seems it's not working. Now this move looks okay. Because now the queen isn't here. So now if takes. Nope. I don't know. Takes. Or here. I mean, I think this it, this it. Wait, now rook d8 is fine. This is fine. Yeah, so finally he resigns. So Bomo wins his game as well. Another game done. We have a few more games. Some of these games is just the opponent trying to be stubborn because it's beyond salvageable. I'm still thinking about checkmating moves, but it's not possible. Not possible. Knight takes. Oh, it's black's move, right? It's white. No, it's black's move. Selassie. Oh, he's still not picking. Okay, that's fine. Adeyinka. Samuel. I mean Bassem. Okay, he won a rook. What happened here? Okay, so wait. After the rook comes into g3. After the rook came to g3, takes, then he comes in here with check. Yeah, so I mentioned coming in this here. Pawn takes, rook comes into g8. So what is it? Is it just to win? Is it just to win this pawn, or is there some rook e1 plans that are going on here? I think that's what he's planning. Yeah, rook e1 check, and then rook e1 block, and then check here. Okay, so rook to g2 check. Wait, does he have no, he doesn't. He's trying. I think he's trying to aim for like some sort of perpetual. Because if the king comes in here, he just come in this way. But I think he's just going to go in this way. Because if you keep going this way, you just keep coming back. So I think the plan is just to come in. He's just going to go in this way. You can't do this. He's going forward. Wow, that is a brave move I would never make. I would keep myself here. Oh, okay. So if you get this way and you come in this way and you come in this way, this is a problem. This is a problem. Yeah, so now the point is if you come in this way, wait. No, knight can't come in. That's not correct. So then what's the exact reason? Check. Knight Johnson is not helping. Check. Here. No. I keep on thinking that this should be. I keep thinking this is something that should be easy. He goes for the rook a4. I feel like it should be easy, but I'm not seeing the move. Check coming up here, I think is safer than going this way. But if you come in here, I don't know. He blocks. We just take, right? Takes. Adeyinka fought well. Oh yeah, definitely. Sometimes the thing about these positions is simply experience and understanding. You just miss one small thing, and they build on that small thing, and they just beat you, and you don't even know where the loss comes from. You know, sometimes it's not so clear how you lose, and that's the thing. Even especially with this game against this game, we were correct in saying that the position was bland, like there was nothing happening in the position, right? The position is bland, there's nothing happening, but one person knows what he should aim for. Like, okay, I should aim for this, but my opponent can stop it. The question is, my opponent skilled enough to know what he's supposed to do to stop it. If he can't stop it, then this is just going to become like worse, you know. And I was looking very intently at this bishop takes g6, even at this point. At this point, I was looking at that. No, not here. Not that. Yeah, experience does change a lot. Experience does change a lot. So even at this point, I was looking at ideas of sacrificing here. Takes here. And now it's a problem. And he has been thinking at this position for almost like 5 to 10 minutes. Everything is there's nothing you can, like, this is just completely over. And the position just seemed like it looked bland, like, okay, there's nothing happening, I can just play normal moves. But then your opponent starts building up on you, and you feel like, okay, according to chess theory, if I keep my pawns on these light squares, this guy can't do anything. Then all of a sudden you see him doing something and you're like, what? Yeah. So these are just the last two games being going on. Amin versus Amin, and then David Ameku's game. But these games are done. I think maybe there's more to fight in this game than in David's game. Oh, I actually thought he was going to trade off. Trading off looked very simple. Because I mean, like, after you trade off, the game seems very simple to play. Or maybe I'm thinking. Black couldn't find the right plan in the other game. Yes, he couldn't find the right plan. Actually, it's clear he did not expect that, because for example, in this position, you know, White tricked Black. White really tricked Black, because he played here. He played here b3. b3 is a strange move because you are weakening this square. So Black says, okay, you played b3, my knight just jumps back. You can't play the move c4. So you've created a weakness. And that's the trick. So he just plays bishop back defending, and you are thinking, oh, now that there's a weakness, let me target the weakness, which is what we are taught to do in chess. He completely missed that this was a plan. That is literally what he missed. All he needed to do was lose the defense here. I don't know if it's even here that he needed to defend, but like, he made him think that he had something. Oh, goodness. So yeah. Yes, break from the center. Yeah. So he finally goes rook takes c3, but rook takes c3 just met with bishop to d3. Now the question is, how do we... Okay, yeah, maybe not so clear cut. Yeah, queen h5. Let's go this way. Do we go rook g5? It may not be the best. The end is near, but I don't know how you need to find the best way of going about it. This game is really confusing me. the game is one saying, Basem is making the right moves. I'm looking at this, I'm like, what? Okay, but we now have rook takes rook to rook here, right? No, we don't have that. I thought it's black's move, it's not black's move. It's the beginning of the end, yeah, that's true. These checks. This is kind of why I was hoping that he would trade one pair of rooks, but he didn't. I was thinking that, like, okay, but that's when you want to draw. When you want to draw and there are two rooks, you want to trade. I think that's the case. But he's a hope piece up. Do you want to lose this? I don't know if he's like he might lose this pawn. So which game do you guys think is? Which country do I support? I'm supporting Ghana or any of the Ghanaian players, because I mean that's where I am. Says mate in 16, I don't see it, and I don't think he himself sees it. I know grandmasters are strong. Oh wait, isn't this just fine? King f4, right? King f4 is a draw. You are kidding. No, I get that you lose the knight. I get that I lose the knight, but I thought that like the pressure here is enough. So you just have to go forward. King d4. Oh goodness. Is the point that the king is going to get closer? That is just crazy. I mean, oh goodness. I'm interested in seeing how this game is going to end, sincerely. I don't know. How close is this king going to go? Well, now there's no more checks. He has successfully dodged every check. If you try attacking this pawn, he just gets closer to the king. And if you want to check anymore, you have to move and then like create space. The piece placement is in Basem's advantage. Okay. Yeah, this is so much. I would guess that it does require precision, because this is I mean, it's a crazy position, like from where it developed up till here. For me, the game seemed over here, right? After this, I thought the game was just over, right? But there's been so much more that has gone on. This is not the move, sorry. Let's check this game. So he went back, okay. I mean, this is enough. This is enough to convince us that this is difficult. once this time reaches the increment, like it is, every move is 30 seconds increment, but once you start playing on the increment, we realize that this is going to just end. Even this bishop can come in here at some point. You know, I missed that whole variation. I didn't see that the bishop could actually come here. I'd have gone on a break, but I think these games are about to end very soon. Yeah, I did. If you want to see it, let me just go through it again. December. This was the game. I don't know. I don't know how you want me to explain this, but that was the game. Now there have been problems with the games. For example, and some of the games default. For example, the game between Sechere and Sechere Kayonde, the game Sechere Kayonde and the game Chitumbo Daniel Frimpong Smart were flipped. So we don't really know who won here. Then the game, I forgot which one it was. I think it is this game. This game ended in 10 moves. And when you look at the positions, like, how can you give up here? Well, apparently the IM's game, the IM's phone rang in the hall, so he lost by default. So some of the games are like very confusing. So we don't really know exactly what happened here. Now some of the games are also not being played because there are only 20. There are only 20 DGT bots. Ortega. Yes. There are only 20 DGT bots, so only 13 for the males, 7 for the females. So we don't even see all the games that are going on. So there could be some crazy upsets going on, but we'll not see them. We're just waiting for the players to give up. He didn't go Queen H5? I think he's going for the simple idea here. But then how do you continue from there? How do you continue from there? Imagine this game ends in a draw. I mean, the position kind of plays itself, so it's possible this move's not that bad, but I mean, it's fine. Okay, finally the game between Amin Bassem ends. Where are the natural moves? Oh, okay, yeah, I expected this would happen at some point, yeah, and the game ends here. So one more game, then we'll check the standings, and then we'll end for the day. I've been streaming for almost 4.5 hours now. Can you imagine? Games were supposed to start at 5, it started around 6. Let's quickly brush to the female side. I'm sure by that time. Okay, all the games are done. All that's left with is this game. Oh, this is clearly over. I say that because one person has a pizza, but sometimes these positions don't always end up the way you expect them to. The most obvious move here is this. Adewale through the game. Adewale, who is that? You are talking about, okay, that's in the male section. I'll go back there in a second. I mean, no matter where you move, I think this is a problem. Yeah, I think you have to still find a way to deal with this. But I might have to be a little bit careful. Maybe not. But Sam's opponent, he drew the game. No, I don't think he drew the game. I don't think Jessie February's game, the streamer. I think she won, like she promoted into a queen. She probably messed up at a point, but then she was able to bounce back. Yeah. Here. Okay, I don't really get this move, but apparently she was doing well. Where was it? Okay, I don't remember where it was. But after Queen A3, the engine was like, oh, this is now a win for white. All white has to do is go C5 and just continue the position over here. But then After c5, pawn takes, queen takes. Queen takes, which seems like the best move, was not the best move. Because it seemed like it would make sense, right? Now you have a passed pawn. But she missed up on one. She missed one thing. Are you ready? Rook takes. And now the position is drawn, right? All that white has to do is to take, allow queen takes. After the king moves, let's say to g1, then you just lose this, and this is drawish. But this is what happened, and can you see it? A nice conversion here, wins the queen, and yeah, that's the end of the game. So fans of Jesse, you can celebrate. She didn't mess up the position. But let's go back to the middle side. I want to see what he was saying, what Invisible was saying. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back this way. Yeah, so we looked at here. So he played pawn push up. I mean, Engine is saying mate in 14, but of course, it's not something that I can easily see. So king up, and then this happens. I mean, what else would you do in this scenario? This pawn is going regardless, right? I don't like. It's very difficult to know what to do in this position. Maybe you sacrifice the rook. It's not easy. No, it's not easy. It's not easy. So he just made a move because rather that he doesn't want to get captured with check. So he just made a move, and this is where you might say he gave up the ghost, because I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you do here. Okay, let's say you move the rook this way. Let's say you move the rook this way. Check. It's, I don't even know. Right. I don't know, like, it's very difficult for me. I'm not that skilled to figure out like tricks, but I think it's fine. Okay, back to this game. Wow, no fear. Queen, and then the knight jumps back. Interesting. He's literally allowing this move. Okay, this game is actually going to go on for some time. Wow, White has actually thought for long. White was like 5 minutes ahead, but right now, right, White is lower on time. Is there more to this position than I'm seeing? Of course there is, but yeah. The question is like, how do you continue the attack? Can we go this way? Like, I was really hoping this was a possibility at some point, but I think it's too slow, right? Or Adolf, you're not satisfied with the short look at Jesse's game? I mean, I didn't really understand it. Let's try looking at it in more detail. Where is it? The game is well defended for black. Yeah. Yeah. The Ameku game. There must be a way for white to break through, but it's not so easy for us to see. So yeah. So what I did get here is that black has this very nice like pressure on this side of the board, except there's no real way to make anything of this pressure, right? So you could even just say you want to repeat moves and then draw here, but they decided to keep going on. A4, A5, the position is now closed here, and now we have rook, we have here rook to F3. Maybe you want to cycle here and win something on this side of the board. Possibly something you want to do. Of course, I mean, sorry, I forgot to mention, rook here was defending this. Yeah. So now the king comes in, and now the queen infiltrates. And I'm thinking the whole point was maybe to sacrifice here again. Maybe that was the point. Or there was some other idea. I was trying to see if there was something with pawn push, right? Pawn push, trying to goad your opponent to leave the square and then maybe get some kind of attack going. But I don't think there was anything here. But then c5, the point that the engine is trying to make is that After takes, you play rook to d2 before you start trying to push. Again, you might have to find out what happens after this and then think about it. But then the engines here says that this move is good for white. But unfortunately, white plays this move. And I mean, I think most of us would make this move because simply it allows us to get a pass pawn. We can bring our rook here and then simply push. But for some reason, this is not correct. So actually, we know the reason why, because of this whole tactic. This whole idea of trying to get a repeated position. Because you take, queen comes in check, king moves in here, you take. And this cannot really go on as far as I'm concerned, because now you're allowing your opponent to infiltrate. For example, trying to push can allow this. And I'm wrong. I'm thinking about like some ideas of, oh, okay, yeah, I forgot the queen is also different. Yeah. So maybe, how will I put it? Here, trying to put pressure on the king. And eventually you might dilly-dally, shilly-shally and win. I think that's the point. But unfortunately, the opponent got a little bit spooked, I should say, and decided to go for this idea. It's natural. Okay. You guys are helping me. I'm not that experienced, but you guys are helping. It's cool. Don't worry, in a few months or years, I will understand these positions perfectly. But as it stands now, you know, I've been saying that for a while. Maybe this year I'll get serious. Actually, I have been studying, but not the way I want to study. I wish I could study every day, but that's not how. Okay. She didn't win the pawn. Oh yeah, she did. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be another longer game. But I myself will leave at a point. I think we've done well. 4.5 hours is not it's not a kind of stream I do all the time. But as always, thank you guys for being around. It is always helpful to have you guys around. I think all the games are done now, right? Or we still have one more game? No, we still have the game. Wow, it's becoming harder. What's my rating? Well, by the good graces of FIDE, my rating currently is 1667. I'm sure you know what I mean by that, right? Chess.com, I'm around 1700. Chess 2000. But here, I think I went down from 2000 recently. Yeah, but 19 something. Close to 2000. Or I am 2000. Oh boy. So king to e7. How do we continue? My simple idea is to go rook f. And how does white block rook? I don't think you can just keep pressuring like this. There has to be something. You understand? Nice. Nice. You know, when I first saw that announcement, I thought it was a joke. I'm serious. I thought it was a joke. Then I was, yeah, 23. Whoa, that's nice. That's nice. It's good to have you on board. Then I was streaming I was covering the Africa Games. I don't really like that stream. It didn't go the way I wanted it. But I was streaming the Africa Games, and then someone was like, "Oh, most of the ratings have been boosted, so people are not their actual rating." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Oh, FIDE raised the ratings," and I was like, "What?" So I went to check, and I was, "Oh, I'm 1600 across board. Standard, rapid, and rapid, blitz, and then standard, I guess." I mean, if it's 2300 lead chess, that'll be 2100 chess.com, and that'll be 2050 lead chess. Yeah, 2050 chess. So it could be 2050 chess FIDE or 2100 FIDE. Apparently, I think chess.com is 50 points lower than FIDE. Lead chess is 250 to 300 points higher than chess.com. So yeah, the inflated ratings do suck. That's impressive regardless. But I do hear that from 2200 or 2300 up, lead chess becomes more sane or more correct. Is what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. Okay. Again, Mason from PM Chess. Thank you guys for being around. I do stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and the purpose of this channel is simply to promote African chess and to teach chess. At least with my little knowledge, I think I can help in improving chess. So that is what I do. 1800 by the grace of FIDE. FIDE helped us all. FIDE helped us all. It was a birthday present. You know, when I saw that news, I was thinking it was April 1st, but I knew it wasn't April 1st, and I thought maybe somebody hacked into FIDE and made that whole announcement. But hey, we are still waiting. We are still waiting for what's going to happen here. Wait, it says Ameku has run out of time, but I don't believe it. Let me reload the page. I don't believe it. I don't think he has run out of time because they have increment, 30 seconds increment. I think it's enough to play this position. Of course, you make a mistake at some point, but yeah. This is the last male game. There's only one game win for the males and for the females. For the females, I mean, okay, maybe these are not the last games, but these are the last games we can see because of the lack of DGT bots. We broadcast. Oh, okay, no, this is not. I was thinking it was to me for some reason because it was highlighted. I thought it was to me, but that's not to me. Someone was saying that the things are false, but the person was correcting them. And of course, these errors can happen. You know, I used to underestimate setting up some of these events, but fortunately for me, when I was called to cover the Africa Games, yes, it isn't. But when I was called to broadcast the Africa Games, I went to see them set up for these games, and I saw that it's very difficult. Like, it's very easy to make mistakes. So I really do applaud those who do these events, especially with the DGT boards. Most Ghanaian events don't really apply the DGT boards, but I see what goes into it, and you can really make many mistakes. There was a point I think a lot of the games weren't even done very well at the beginning of the 13th Africa Games. So I think they are really doing their best. I really do think they are doing their best. Fortunately for me, though, the Ghana national champion joined the stream early. If he did not join me early in the stream, I think I would have struggled. But I'm happy that I have like good friends like him, chess enthusiasts who are willing to join in such events. You know, it's cool. I don't know, with how late I think I'm about to sleep, I don't know if I'll actually do the morning stream, but I'll try my best. I think they'll start at 9. If they start at 9, 10, I think I can jump in. If they start like 11, like 7, I may not jump in. Yeah, because I have so many like reports and stuff to fill out. So, every time I'm talking to people, I'm always talking about reports I have to fill out, and they're like, "What do you mean?" Sometimes not necessarily that I have to fill a report, but I'm actually creating a report, and I don't think I've captured all the parameters that are necessary. So I keep going through the reports I'm trying to write to see what is necessary and what's not necessary, and I keep editing and I keep retrying like formulas and everything to see if what I'm looking for is actually like cohesive. So is the word cohesive? Yeah. And so I'm always reopening old reports and reworking on them to make sure that they are up to stuff, because what the kind of data I'm looking for, I need precise records. So that I just hope I'm filling records just to make it quick, not to explain that I'm trying to construct a record to deal with this and that and this and that. It's very annoying. I never knew I had to learn Excel like this, but now I have to learn Excel and it's pissing me off. No moves have been made. It's possible there's been a resignation. It's possible like after Queen here there was a resignation and the time is just running, but we don't have confirmation yet. We don't know yet. It's possible because most of these things, this thing really did happen a lot in the Africa Games. So what I'll do, since we don't know what's going on, let's simply check the results. order and the standings. So let me switch screens. You're off to bed. Hey, no problem. Thank you so much for being around. So let's look at these results. So these are the results from the pairings. Some of the, like, okay, this game is still going on, so that's why. One player had a bye. Shahenda won. Lina won. I think these are expected results. Jemima won, expected. Deborah won. Again, I'm looking at just the ratings to tell who won. Jessie won. Ednasia won. Maud Benson, we don't know the result of this game. I don't know why. It's possible it's still going on. Like we said, there are only 7 boards. So unfortunately, hers is the 8th board, so we can't see what happened. We had a draw. Really? Candidate Master and I am drew. That's nice. Penaya and Sheba. Penaya won. Susan Namangali won. Nope, sorry. Linda Daliso Shaba won against Susan. Ansel Lopsha won against Afiwa Ponsu. I'm forgive me if I'm butchering your name. I'm trying. Isidore, nope, sorry. Nadiza, I'm guessing, or Nadeza Valerevna. My goodness. Defeated Isidora, and Constance defeated Diva. That is it. Not all the results are in, but let's briefly look at this. So Shahenda, Lina, all tied for first. All the way up to Mehari are tied for first. 2 draws and the rest are losses. So yeah, I mean, I think round 1 is always expected results. I think round 1 results are always expected. It's midnight here in I almost read RSA as Russia. You're also going to follow suit. Hey, that's fine. It's almost 10 p.m. here. I did, you know, I wish I spoke to Jessie when she was pointed out to me. I should have. I really should have. Anyways, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe I'll go to the venue on Saturday when it's a free day and then try and get a wedding, you know. Let me just look at the other games and we'll end off here again. So let's go to the male section, the open section, and rankings after round 1. These guys are all tied for first, Bassem and everyone. Why is Bassem being put here? He won. Okay, this game hasn't been updated yet because we know he won, so it doesn't make sense for Bassem to be here. And now I want to, okay, so Frimpong Smart lost, and then Clinton, okay, we know Clinton lost. Who else was it? It was Kwame Setre. Did he win? He won. He did win his game. Who did he play against? He played against an IM and he defeated him. That's crazy. Kwame Frimpong Setre, nice one. Who else won? Dave won against, I think he played against the big. Did Dave really beat Robert McLean? I can't pronounce his name, but did he really beat him, Robert? He gained 34 rating points from that. Dave beat a 2000. In case you don't understand why I'm jumping in, like, I'm so excited. Dave is like 11 years old. He's in Ghana. He's a Ghanaian young kid, 18 years old. Check the results for the Zambian IMs. Okay, I'll check that. Give me a second. That is crazy. He could become a candidate master. Zambia IM. Yeah, he won. Chitumbo won. Is there another Zambian IM? He lost. Andrew Kayonde. He lost against Kwame Frimpong Setre, like we saw. Wow, the Ghanaians are doing crazy work. Is there another Zambian? No. So yeah, so the Chitumbo won, but Kayonde lost. That was sad. Abdul Rahman won his game on the broadcast, but it's not sure, but it's showing draw on the results. Abdul Rahman. Yeah, he beats Philip Selikem. So I don't know. Okay, we now have life on this game. But unfortunately, I am also going to end off the stream. Yeah. So again, As always, thank you guys. Let me go back to the screen. Thank you guys for joining me here. It's been a very long and arduous time analyzing games, some of which I understand, some of which I don't understand. But all too not soon, or not too soon, we have come to the end of this round. Tomorrow there'll be 2 rounds being played. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace.